Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are here, man. Mandem Talk settings. Big up everyone who's locked in. Hit the like button on the way in. Smash the subscribe button if you can as well. And yeah, man, we're here. You know what I mean? Some of the Mandem are late, but you know the score, man. You know what I'm saying? Them will appear when they appear. You know what I'm saying? Faz, what are you telling me, man? Bucket hat. I'm official, man.
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm chilling, recovering, doing well, man, and resting, man. Look, no Man United football to stress me, so I'm enjoying life. I got a hold of my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm relaxing. That's it. I'm looking at INEOS doing cost cutting and stuff like that. I'm just sitting, waiting for summer, man. I'm actually more excited for my summer holiday than Man United, because the season for me is a write-off. I said it to Rance. Me and Rance had a big back and forth over this. I said the season league is a write-off. If we can win the Europa League or the FA Cup, I think the season is a success considering all the factors involved. But yeah, I'm chilling, man, relaxing.
Yeah, man. Big up to you, man. Rance, what are you saying, man?
Yeah, good, man. Looking forward to, man, chopping it up, fam.
Come on. You already know, man. You already know. You know what it is, man? It's one of them where it's like, I don't think anybody expected to be this bad, innit? You get me? Like, even if, like, we all disagree, agree, do whatever, like, none of us thought it would be this bad. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, man wanted a little bounce, you know what I mean? Like, you know, something. And it's the maddest thing is, it's probably the best manager that I could have thought of that I've been excited about in terms of his principles and what he is as a manager. This was the one where you're like, yo, he needs to bounce more than anyone. Not a guy that said, I don't want to play Ajax football. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was just freestyle football, innit? Let's be honest, man. He was just a legend, innit? He was riding off the wave of him being a legend, innit? And then obviously, Mourinho was different to that one as well. But this manager here, you're like, yo, man, you're the one that it needs to work for, really and truly, because he's got good principles, good ideas. And right now, you know, it's not been looking that way, Faz. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. You know what I mean? There's been no bounce, no nothing. You've been there, Old Trafford and that, and you've seen the boos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, bro.
Not just the boos, the silence.
Silence, yeah.
The silence is
like,
loud.
People leaving early. Like, I've never seen, like, under Ten Hag, like, there was people leaving early. But, brother, I've never seen these people leaving early, like, with 20 minutes to go, 15 minutes to go. You're like, bro, that's early to go, you know.
But
A lot can happen
it's
in that time.
important. It's important to understand that the fans are reacting the way they are because of an accumulation of emotions from seasons before.
Yes.
It's not like they are reacting because of
Yeah,
Amorim.
yeah, yeah.
Majority of the fans are actually behind Ruben, and they want him to do well. And you know, they may be in the
Yeah,
common consensus of, oh, it's the Glazers, it's the INEOS, whatever. They're
but
probably
Paz,
not even looking at the
um,
manager.
but to piggyback off your point though, you said a lot of fans want Ruben to do well. They do. I'm one of those. But wanting someone to do well and believing they're gonna do well,
It's two
it's
different
not
things.
the same thing. Do you know what I mean? And wanting someone to do well and believing they're doing well is not the same thing. And the reason why a lot of Man United fans are fed up is because this was supposed to be different, and it's not in it. So
Yeah.
I think that INEOS brought him in at the time they brought him in is because they thought this was going to be the lift that the fans needed, but he hasn't lifted the fans, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's why I say he's failing. I'm not saying he's going to fail and he can't turn it around, but he was brought in to lift the club, and he hasn't lifted us, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is my biggest issue with what he's doing, because I say he's cutting off his nose to spite his face. It's like, I understand that we need changes, but if you're a manager that knows that you have to work with these players for the whole season and you're not having a proper window till the summer, there's things that you could do that would also protect yourself a bit better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I believe like he's also like not asked if he gets sacked, guys. Like, bro, he don't give a shit, you know. Like, because
I think you're right. I think you're right. The way he's handled the squad, I think he's had full authority with dealing with the squad, not the transfers.
No,
with the squad. Yeah. He's had full authority, and I respect it. You know what? I respect it because he's dying on his sword. He's not panicking in terms of, oh my days, I need to save face, I need to save job, and I need to go to the formation these players like. He's like, nah, man, this is what I want. This is what I'm gonna do, whether you like it or not. And you know what? If that means Casemiro doesn't play, so be it. If that means my squad is and I'm gonna part ways with Rashford and have one less.
It could only work, fans, if you get results. You know, you can only do them big decisions.
Yes.
If you get results, because then you can say it's justified.
Yes.
But you can't say it's justified. Even
Not
the
right
guys now. You know what the mad thing is? Even the people that are Rashford fanboys now are starting to turn on the manager.
Of course. Yeah.
You don't want them to turn on the manager, because then shit's gonna explode. You feel me? And that there was something that he did that, fair play. You know what I mean? For me, in my eyes, he had to. If he wasn't training well and he wasn't doing well, I back the manager. But then it's like, again, you have to get results now. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to. You know what I mean? Listen, whether we like it or not, with the Sancho situation, the manager got enough results that he needed to keep himself afloat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just about.
Just about by McTominay and them, man. That's where I believe there's a difference there now. But now you've got Casemiro. He got goals on the Ten Hag, you know. You might not realize this. He got big goals, you know, on the Ten Hag.
At one point, he
bro,
had like
and on the Rude as well, bro.
On the Rude, yeah. So them situations there helped him. But you haven't got that. You haven't got Rashford. And listen, I don't rate Rashford in it, but he'll scam you a couple of goals a season. When he needs to, he'll get you a goal here and there. The goal against Ipswich run. You haven't got them. So now, if you don't win, guys, all them things come back to bite you. And then the media come on your case. And then all of a sudden it gets a bit toxic. And that's where it is for me. Like, you know, it's difficult, man. It's difficult for him
the
to
buck stops with like winning. Even if the reason why Eric lasted so long isn't because of performance or anything, by the way, it's because he scammed wins here and there.
Way.
Yeah. Ole Gunnar had so many games where Scott saved him. Freaking who else saved Cavani? Saved him. So many players.
Yeah, Cavani was a big one.
Yeah, but the same was with Jose, bro. Martial, Pogba saved him loads of times.
Yeah,
like bro, like that's individual quality.
Yeah,
can always save a manager, but this is also why man management is so important, because at the end of the day, you're as a manager, you're at the mercy of the players to a certain degree. You are,
of course, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I feel like INEOS also have some part to be accountable for this. As much as the manager is in charge of the squad, I'm still in the belief
I
that
agree. 100%.
INEOS should have assessed in the middle of January that, look, at the end of the day, this guy doesn't want this player, this guy doesn't want that player, but the squad could do with Man United. Parted ways with Rashford, and Amorim knew that he's not going to get many signings in January, right? I will not count Aiden Heaven as a signing, no matter what people say.
No, that's a club signing.
No.
That don't mean nothing.
That's not a signing. Dorgu, I will say, okay, that's a collaborative signing between INEOS and the manager. So why haven't both parties together come and brought in another player? The fact is, Manchester United were entertaining a forward. We did want Tell. That's a fact. We did want to entertain it. The deal didn't make sense. The money didn't make sense. If for example Tell was cheaper, Tell would be in a red shirt right now, not in a Spurs shirt. It's just all out there. But because the deal didn't make sense, INEOS didn't sign Tell. So they should have pivoted, or to be fair, they should have done it even earlier. That Tell situation happened so late in the window. They should have done things early and said,
even Colomwani, really.
Let's find the key deal. We were linked with forwards. We were linked with Colo. We were linked with Tell. There were small talks with João Felix. Yeah, the manager might have said no, but INEOS should have stepped in and said, right, I know you're saying no, but let's also work together to find a player. Let's find someone that you can work with, that you do like. Maybe, they have said, right, instead we'll bite the bullet, because us, INEOS, write the season off. We've already predicted the losses because we're not getting top 4. When you don't get top 4, there's losses, there's loss of revenue, whatever. We accept that. Win us the Europa League. Let's pivot, win us the Europa League, and we will go and get you Gyökeres or someone in the summer. But right now, if you are not happy with these deals, Tells and João Felix's and Holomwani's, manager's not happy with babysitting a player for a few months, it's just not working out. All right, then let's get you 2 defenders. You do the rest. But this is where Rance makes a very good point, and he says, well, then if this was the decision, make it work now. Fix it.
Fix it.
Really, fix it. You made your bed, lie in it.
This comment here, in the overall grand scheme of things, right? I understand it, I do. But also, you don't have to make it a storm as well. Like the storm, I think some of it has been self-inflicted. Like he could do things that don't make it worse than it is. You know what I mean? I don't mind it saying that it's going to get, worse before it gets better and things are not going to be as smooth sailing. I don't mind him saying that. But then I also don't agree with just saying, right, cool. It's still going to be a storm. I need a few sunny days, Mandem. I need some sun right now. Bro, it's depressing outside, bro. I need some sun. You get me trying to say, bro? So I do agree with a lot of this comment, JR, Jeffo, but I need some sunny days. And I haven't seen that many sunny days right now. So for me to be like, you know what, let's okay, we're doing a bit of something. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, I need a few sunny days, bro. That's all it is. Shout out to Marcel in the building. But I do need a funny
Well, go on, Saeed. Well, go on.
Yeah, man. Hope you're blessed, bro. Hope you're blessed. Big up Musa as well, man. The poets ran out of words, man. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Musa, he's just so like the way he just says these little things. I'm like, yo, like the towel situation. I'm like, yo, he's just speaking into existence, man. Because, bro, he's run out of words, bro, and it's not looking great, man. But what do you say, Musa, man? How you feeling?
I'm here, man. Like I told you, man. He's got till what? This time next year to sort out his life. Because if this time next year we ain't got a style of play and nothing ain't happening with his players, I told you, Amorim needs to just keep it moving. I'm not really this is his first season for me. Anyone who tells me Amorim, this is not Amorim's first season after coming in with only this is his first season. Yeah, because he came in with more than 2/3 of the season that was left.
Yeah.
So this is his first season, and he came in with the agreement and the backing of the board, knowing that he weren't going to get no players in. And like Rant said, this is how he's flipping organized the squad. So he knows what he's doing. He's fully aware. He's telling everyone to be patient. It's going to be a storm. And he's saying that, and he's telling us that all roads lead to the summer, where he's going to get his signings, and we're going to see his football impacted. Especially if we got no European trophies to play for, and he's going to get this training time that he's wanted. We can't then be all the way up to Christmas, and we're having the exact same. This season can't repeat itself next season.
Yeah,
He cannot go into next season with a batch of new players that he's got in the summer with the same type of football repeating itself. I'm not going to stand for it. I'm not going to stand for it.
Marcel, you're disagreeing them. Are you shaking your head? What are you saying?
Yeah. Well, on a technical, we can be pedantic, but I kind of don't want to be, because I understand what Moose is saying. But it's not his first season, to constitute as a first season. Well, let me finish. I'm just being pedantic. I'll take it back, but in my head, I'm thinking to myself, a first season constitutes, a pre-season at the beginning and an X amount of games, which he hasn't completed. So I wouldn't consider it as his first season. But when you add in the fact that you want to see a level of progress better than what currently this season is, I can understand that. I can take that. But again, this season, it becomes what it is because of the change of a manager and the style of football and not having the squad, something that you could organize and collect during the beginning of a season. So there's a bit of juggling there and like semantics or whatever you want to call it to what you're saying. But I agree with what you're saying, the premise of it as a whole, in terms of we need to see an advancement of what we're doing. But at the same time, saying that he's gone, Musa, I don't agree with that as well.
The problem
is getting rid of a manager after 2.5 years. It's like we're consistently
the problem you have at the end of this season, he might have coached nearly 50 games at Man United. 50 games.
Yeah,
he would have coached around 50 games for Manchester United. To be a coach and to have coached 50 games and to go into a new season and we don't see nothing from them players, you can't be a top level coach and have 50 games with players and not see anything happen. And if I'm not gonna, that's the only thing I'm not gonna accept. And the second part of that as well is that the problem Amorim has is that when INEOS realized they didn't have money in the summer and they didn't want to back Erik ten Hag because he wasn't doing a good job with the squad, like Rance said, they did not employ Amorim thinking he will do worse with this squad.
No,
it was always optimistic that, look, we've got bad players, but it's not as bad as Erik ten Hag is making it out. Let's get a proper coach in who can actually do something with these players, and let's try to have a good end to the season, and we go again in the summer. It was not that we're going to have 7 losses and flipping whatever the amount of losses that we've had. So that being the point is that he's also surpassed what INEOS thought.
Yeah, so hold on, Musa.
Everyone's like thinking, because like we said, if Amorim comes in, he gets a better tune. What's a better tune? I don't know. We finished 6th, we finished 7th. We're playing a better style, because when he came in, we were 4 points off top 4. Remember, the position in the league was lying compared to the points of top 4. This is why a lot of people thought there was still a chance of something actually happen. If you go back and check everyone's receipts when Amorim came in, nobody thought that we wouldn't make top 4, because we were actually about 4 or 5 points off. And everybody believed with a better coach, he would be able to win a game or two and claw it up. So we weren't, as a fan base, we weren't worried that we were sitting 9th or 10th when Amorim came in. I weren't worried, because everyone kept on looking at it and saying, "Oh, we're only 4 points off the top 4." So nobody was really worried. There wasn't this panic. This panic has only set in because as games have gone on, it's become 5 points, 7 points, 9 points off, and to the point where like, we can't make top 4. And that's been handed in.
Yeah, so we all have been saying before INEOS that this is a bad squad and that this is some of the worst. Every season under Ole, it's the worst team since sliced bread. Under the Ten Hag, it's the worst team since sliced bread. So in terms of INEOS and Ruben, Musa, me and you know more about this team than them two, you know. Like if we really look at it with it deep inside, you know that you actually know and understand the crooks and the crannies of this squad better than INEOS and Ruben right now. So even though you're giving me that point of, INEOS fought this, da-di-da-di-da, and the reality was at the time we had the feeling as a fan base, we could push on more. The reality from the last 3 or so years, that when we really deep it, we knew that this
you know what the problem is, Marcel? The problem is that when Erik ten Hag finished 8th, that was the same rhetoric we were saying when we were saying we know that the ability of this squad is not top 4, top 6, and we can finish 8th. But there was nowhere where any Man United fan thought that this squad was not a top 10 squad.
Yeah.
There was no Man United fan that thought.
I think even Marcel could agree with that.
Yeah,
we're not where we
Marcel
to
would have
be.
thought Manchester
You know, I don't
United
think
would be-
Marcel's going to say
Yeah,
that.
nobody. So this is what I'm
No,
saying.
nobody.
As much as we might understand the squad better than INEOS and Amorim, but as understanding this squad does not finish outside the top 10 unless something has gone wrong on the training ground and with the directions that they're given. Because they can deliver top 10 with a bad coach.
Remember what we said though.
You put them in a position to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So a important piece of context, Musa, is at the beginning of this season, the manager told us we weren't ready. We weren't ready for the start of the season. Please remember that. That's an important piece of information. Just let me land it side quickly.
Who said that?
Like, beginning of this season, Musa, pardon?
Ten Hag said that, you're saying?
Yeah. Ten Hag said it, bro. And then the previous season, Musa, we're talking about the 8th place finishes, but the predicaments within that season was a madness. Like there was just no players available throughout the whole of last season. So we finished that position.
What was the context behind Ten Hag saying we weren't ready? I don't remember. What was
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
injuries. We had no recognized striker to start with, I believe. The first game of the season, no recognized striker. Similar predicament, by the way, Rants, to the first season, to the season before that Musa just mentioned about 8th place finish. Same thing, no recognized striker at the start of the season. Multiple injuries as well, just across the board, Rants. Just other injuries as well, but especially in the forward line. Signings, I don't think had been completed fully in its entirety at that point. Okay. And changing of the system, I believe, as well. We had just altered the system, or we had gone maybe 10 games actual live Premier League fixtures for points, because we had like the last 4 games of last season and then just the beginning bit of the first few games of the season while he's telling us we're not ready, while we've got all these injuries. Wow. So it's like
one point that was made though there, Marcel, was that if Eric Ten Hag has stayed on, he doesn't finish outside the top 10. And I heard that,
believe.
That's I heard that one
You're talking to the main guy. Of course, I believe that, man. So I can explain to you as to why.
What does that tell you about Amorim?
You can't say that.
No, I can explain, Musa. Because I'm the number one person. Come on, it's Marcel you're talking to, bro. I know this.
Games in a row.
Yeah,
so I don't know if we can ask
Marcel
to be the answer. You know, Marcel told us 5 games in a row.
Yeah, I was one of the most lost in that aspect because there's a time for everything. At the end of the day, I support the club most. So when it's his time to go, he needs to get chopped. At the end of the day, he was doing outrageous. But I do feel he would have gone further with the squad because he knows the squad a little bit better than Ruben. And his system was starting to respect certain aspects of the Premier League a little bit. You know, he tried to make it a bit more compact. Whereas Ruben still is head over heels about his 3-4-3. And maybe the Premier League might change his approach so he doesn't do all the high pressing too much.
Right.
Yeah, but Marcel, remember Glasner's playing a 3-4-3 as well, yeah, and he's playing it better than us. So it's not the Premier League; it's the way the manager interprets this 3-4-3.
Yeah, like I was saying, the approach. Yeah, so but I think how long has Glasner been in here? Because Ruben's just got here, so maybe his approach adjusts as he gets longer in the Prem.
He's not going to adjust his approach though. Like he's pretty much. He said he can't. He said literally, if I change the way I want to play, then I've failed pretty much.
I failed, yeah.
That's not a bad thing though, Rance. Let's get him the footballers that can do it then. You know, Jurgen Klopp didn't have the footballers that could do it, and then the heavy metal football, they purchased heavy metal footballers, and then heavy metal football transpired.
But that's the problem.
Still scoring goals. They were still scoring goals. They were losing games 4-3 and that. Like we're not scoring. We're not even getting shots on target.
That's the problem. Because if we were like Angers Tottenham, we would just accept it. It's our first season. We're scoring a lot of goals. Like we're losing a lot. Yeah, we're losing 5-3. You know, we're putting the ball in the back of the net. We can see what he's trying to do. Once he shores it up, we'll stop conceding. But we went from an actually solid defensive side when this guy found us and not conceding a lot of goals to just conceding even more goals than before. And he's playing a back 5.
I think his record is he's conceded the same amount than we've scored, I think, as well. Let me just check his record.
In a back 5. Something is going wrong to the point where something's going wrong with Amorim. Like no one's doubting that Amorim is a good coach and can play a good style of football. No one's doubting that. But what everyone is doubting is that has he been naive in his approach to what he's agreed to first and foremost? You cannot agree to a free window in the Premier League. Who the heck do you think you are? That's like handicapping yourself at Manchester United in the Premier League, one of the biggest flipping clubs in the world, most talked about everything. You come and sign a contract and say, guess what? I won't have a preseason. I'll let 10 games go past, and I won't have no one in the flipping Christmas window, whatever. And I'll wait till the end of the season and I'll get the job done. Who the heck is his record?
His record is 10 wins, 2 draws.
He conceded more than he scored, bro. And this, oh my days, that's ugly.
Yeah, 11 losses. Sorry, 8 losses, 30 goals conceded, scored 32 goals conceded. That is alarming, though. In 10 games, sorry, in
bro,
how many
games? That's haram, bro. Listen, like under Van Gaal, we had a back 5, and man were getting mad at us because we weren't conceding, blood. It was 0-0 Man United.
20 games.
Bro,
first
20 games.
This is bad. This is alarming. This is alarming.
32 goals in 20 games, brother.
I still think he'll
win
the Premier League.
And I'm here as a man. I'm here talking to someone who supports him and was worried for him. Yeah. You know, like a man's going to a fight and you're saying, brother, take a bottle at least. Take a bottle.
Take something a minute.
Yeah, take something. Don't go there with nothing.
Don't go empty-handed.
We're averaging 1.5 goals conceded a game, you know.
Yeah. Considering he's supposed to be a defensive manager with a back 3 and be able to lock it up, he's done the opposite.
This can't be him though, Mandem. I'm telling you, man. I refuse to believe this is the manager we because, like I said to you, again, it's Sporting Lisbon, yeah. But in Sporting Lisbon, yeah, and I know it's a different league, and I know it's whatever. 231 matches, 165 wins, 33 losses, and 33 draws. That was his record at Sporting Lisbon. Played against Porto and Benfica, remember? So we're not talking about no dead, teams and whatnot. You know what I mean? And he's won his first title in 17, 18 years. So, like, we've seen his ability in the Champions League. We've seen his ability in Europe. Like, it's not known. It's just, again, Premier League, though, it's a tough league, guys, man.
I feel like if Ruben he's on a probation period anyways until the summer.
Everyone is, to be fair.
Everyone, of course. If he doesn't turn it around and put some decent wins together, whether I have written off the season or not doesn't matter. Fans and pressure and media, the pylon will just continue to grow and grow, right? And his job, he said it himself, his job is he's fighting for his job, innit? I think he said something like that along those lines in the presser. And if he doesn't win the Europa, I'm not even saying go to he has to win it, really and truly. If he wants the big name signings and if he wants the money to be invested back into the club, considering INEOS are not penny pinchers, but they're shrewd business. They seem like they do shrewd business. They don't like doing expensive, mad business. They're cutting jobs, left, right, and center. If he wants any sort of money in the summer, he has to give the club something to say that, okay, we can now trust you based on the fact you gave us a final in the FA Cup or a final in the Europa League or a win in a trophy. If he doesn't do that, I'll be honest, I think football fans as a general, we need to start having a deep look at ourselves, because you cannot tell me, we got Eric Ten Hag wrong, we got Amorim wrong, bro. After this, I might as well start looking at in-house. Like, is there anyone in the Premier League?
There is.
But man should have looked there anyway. Man should have really looked there. Anyway.
Yeah, that's hindsight is a mad thing. Reflection is a mad thing. But I'm starting to think, that guy from Bournemouth, the guy from Palace.
I also will be still complaining, and there'll be a lot of fan base still complaining at Iraola.
Saeed, Saeed, I don't think so.
So my bigger point is
when we don't see it in its fruition straight away, and we're not.
I don't think we have these teething problems if we get.
He had them. He had them at Bournemouth.
The point is, bro, when he was going into Bournemouth didn't have a better squad than he would have inherited at Man United.
And they recruited well.
And also, not only does he understand the players he has at Bournemouth, but he understands the league. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's already got that education. The same with Thomas Frank as well. He didn't inherit Brentford with the players he has now. He didn't. With De Zerbi, he didn't inherit the Brighton.
What about the Wolves manager?
He has now.
What about the
Wolves? Same with Nuno, bro. Look at Nuno second time round now, bro. It didn't work at Spurs. Look what Nuno's doing now at Nottingham Forest.
But you could also
That is
argue that he's got a
crazy,
better suited squad to him.
but you could know. But bro, the squad he had at Spurs was not shit either, bro.
But yeah, but I think he wasn't suited to what he's trying to play though. He wanted to play that direct. That's what he had at Wolves. Wolves, he had Neto and them and runners. And now at Wolves, who does he have? Runners.
I hear it, but the thing is, people that understand the league, yeah, like you can't make that up.
Yeah, no, you can't buy that.
You can't make that up, bro. You cannot buy that experience of knowing what to expect from what manager and what players and all of this. Like, you can't buy that, bro, and it takes time to accumulate.
Yeah, and I think that's why I said looking within the league might be the next thing that, you know, if Ruben does majorly fail, and I think we got it horribly wrong by looking at someone who's desirable by big clubs. I think this thing about, oh, he's desirable, so he's the guy for Man United. That's one thing we got messed up. Another one is young. Oh my God, he's young. He's got fresh and new ideas. Boy, he ain't got no fresh and new ideas.
No, you know he was though.
You know what? Let me shout out Faz, yeah, because Faz said he's not in all this new school stuff. He kept us saying he likes OGs.
Bro, no matter how much you agree or disagree, yeah, old school Lil Wayne defeats any new rapper. It's just what it is, isn't it? Old school
I don't know about all that, but you're right about the old.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm more D block. I'm not gonna lie.
45, man. It's not older than him by that much. You know, he's only 5 years older than
Amorim. Who is?
Anslot's 45.
Yeah, but bro, you need to understand in life, yeah. And like what I learned about fighting, I guess management is the same. Like, you manage according to your personality. You fight towards your personality. So if you're naturally aggressive, you tend to be a more aggressive fighter. Do you know what I mean? Amorim, yeah, he's a very stubborn character, yeah, and he's not flexible in real life, and that's how he manages. Whereas Arne Slot is probably way more relaxed, way more kind of pragmatic, whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, your personality shows with the way you do things, and I think that the manager's so confident and so stubborn, yeah. You see that in the way he manages, bro. And that's cool for some players and it's not cool for some players, isn't it? Right. And it's cool for some clubs. It's not cool for some clubs. And that's why you look at the personalities. Like, when Liverpool met Jurgen Klopp, they were like, yeah, bro, he's got the right personality for this club, bro. Sometimes it's a personality thing.
Yeah, and you can tell that Slot can fit in with a group of people in their 60s and not stand out. And kind of, he's got that mentality where, you know what, he's like an OG at a young age. Whereas Amorim, with a group of men that age, will just stick out because he's on this young man thing. So,
what's up? Let me ask you a question, though. The guy speaks well. He's got probably the clearest English I've seen since probably Louis van Gaal and them. And like Louis van Gaal, strong Dutch accent, but it was very clear. Like, he is someone that can still play in the training ground. Not someone that's going to sit off there and be like, you know what? He's 40 years old, Mandem. Like,
we shouldn't get twanged by that though, Saeed, because on the continent, yeah, these men got free universities, so most of these men got degrees, bro. Like,
I know, but let me land.
Spanish, Portuguese, German, all these men are mad articulate. Don't get twanged by education.
Yeah, I get it, but bro, you have the perfect guy to learn from and see what you're trying to implement. Like, this guy is involved. He's, there's an active.
You know what his problem is, though?
Bro, he's like, you get it, bro, Musala. He's
no, but one of his problems is this, Saeed. His problem is no, but what his problems is what he's agreed to. This league is aggressive.
Yeah, it's not forgiving.
And it's games and how it deals with managers. He's never seen anything like it. It's aggressive. You've got flipping Ten Hag winning the FA Cup and flipping. Them man there from the BBC was on him. Who was it again? I think it was flipping
Alan Shearer. Yeah, I remember.
Like, that is mad. This is a different kettle of fish, this type of league that you're dealing with, where you can win a trophy and man are still on you.
Yeah, because you know what it is? United's news, isn't it? If it's good news.
But this is what I'm trying to say. So what Amorim's agreed to, because again, Man United have picked a manager that like Noureddin says, that needs a certain type of player that plays a certain type of way to fit a certain type of system. That's what we did with Ten Hag, and we didn't want to do that no more. We wanted to recruit the youngest, brightest young players so that when a manager comes in, he says, "Yep, these man can play in a number of different ways. You know, they've got the athleticism, the style, whatever. Like, I'm good." But he's come into a squad knowing that he's dependent on a certain type of player that he's not going to get for a whole year. And he's taken that job.
Okay. say we got De Zerbi right now, yeah, and I know he understood the Premier League, yeah, but we've seen a lot of shortcomings from De Zerbi in terms of there was a lot of losses in there, and there was a lot
He's
of
flexible though. He's flexible.
You know, it was a bit sketchy, like his results. Don't get me wrong, but do you not feel that it would have been a little bit similar in that regards, where we would have seen what he's about, but we're not seeing it on the football pitch?
But
you know
Saeed, I compare that to
point.
Ange Postecoglou in a sense, yeah, where,
Yeah,
brother, if Man United are winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one, but we're scoring 3 goals a game and the football's sick.
Yeah,
Well, I'm cool, you know. I can hold that
Yeah.
for like 5 months. That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But what I
Yeah.
can't be is getting slapped and not having no shots on target. And man are getting bullied and we're conceding goals after 5 minutes and we know the game's over. 5 minutes in and we're like, right, we're cooked. Like I can't take that, bro.
No, but do you see what? But my thing is, yeah. No,
What do you want, Rance?
No.
What do you want in your life, Rance? Do you want to win every week, or do you want the style of football? And you can't get both right now. You will get what you want. I can promise it to you down the road. But right now, to start, what do you want?
But listen, we're done with the winning. We want the style. Where's the style?
Yeah, but here's the thing though. You're saying what do you want, but we're not getting either now. We're not getting the style and we're not winning.
Well, you are kind of getting a B-Tech level of the style. You're seeing the skeleton of what it looks like. You're seeing the 3, you're seeing the 4, you're seeing the 3. You're just not seeing it proper passing patterns and plays. And he wants more training time to get you that as well, by the way. He's said to you that you will get this style, but I really want to train more with the players. And yes, I need to give you more time by winning games for you, but I really want to train these players so I can show you the style properly.
I don't agree with the more training time thing to that extent, because this manager's talking like he can control these players with a PlayStation pad, yeah. Like he can't, innit, bro. Like this is Premier League football, blood. Like if you play at a top club, you play more games. So if you want more time on the training ground, then you get us knocked out of all the cup competitions, yeah. A man are just playing 1 game a week, bro.
I don't think that solves anything, you know.
That's not realistic, bro. You're at Man United. You're never gonna get the amount of time on the ground that Bournemouth are gonna get, or Brighton before they go to Europe, or Fulham and them, man, they play less games, so they have more time on the training pitch. Naturally, at big clubs, you have less time because you play more games.
You play more games, yeah. Before we carry on, big up to Lee Gunner just raided us. Big up to Lee's chat. You know what I mean, for raiding us.
Big up Lee. I think the training talk at the start, I was gonna say at the start, but now, bro, you have had enough minutes, enough time to concede 30
there's been ample time.
Like now, and the best way to the best training is actually games. Managers and everyone, they have behind the scenes games for a reason. You're having this many games, so really and truly, you should be able to make things happen on the pitch, quicker. Let's be honest. You're not riddled with mad injuries. You're not riddled with mad things. One of the biggest problems is actually that he's not been able to get more out of just the front line. He's got Xerxes, he's got Rasmus, and the rotation between the 2 players he's getting wrong.
That's worrying.
If he wanted training time,
the whole squad really.
Hold on. If he wanted training time, but he has minimal training time. In the minimal training time, you have game upon game. But in game upon game, you're seeing Xerxes having more impact. Isn't it just common sense to play Xerxes more and Rasmus less, and maybe coach Rasmus more and let Xerxes do his thing? But he's doing the opposite. So I get why people are gonna be upset and say, brother, what you waffling about training and all of this? Did you and your coaching team not have the dossier on Dorgu before you bought him? But now you've brought him, you've given us Y Scout stuff saying he can play on the right hand side and blah blah blah. But he's a left-footed player. And when you had left-footed players, you played the left-footed players on the left-hand side. You played Malacia on the left-hand side. You know, but when you get a new player who's a left-footed, you're playing him on the right-hand side. So you're concussed.
Don't do that to him. Don't. You brandish this on Ten Hag, and it's still carrying today. Stop this concussed talk,
yeah. Real talk. I don't think it's concussion, it's just stubbornness. That's all it is.
Yeah, stop this talk right now, Faz.
Yeah. Faz, I'm not with you there. I'm not with you there. I can't lie.
But listen, he's a few punches away. He's a few punches away.
Yeah, man, I'm with you, Marcel.
My brother Saeed. But at the end of the day, Faz, it's like an apprenticeship. That Dorgu has come in, and by the way, in Amorim's mind, for me, how I feel anyway, Ahmad is the best right wing back on the planet. Let's just, for argument's sake, let's just say that. That's his ideal, what he wants. So what he does, what he ends up doing is he wants to find the second best option as a right wing back. So that's why he just gives him the here we go minutes. He realized that it flopped. He maybe makes a mistake.
That's crazy.
But it's not that bad though, Musa. No, that's a good idea.
That analysis is crazy. That analysis is crazy.
That's how I saw it. I didn't see it as a big mistake, Musa. That game we should be winning hands down. So you can try a few things, Musa.
No, but that's a red flag. You can't have the best right wing back in the world and not play him in right wing back. It's either he's the best right wing back in the world and you play him in his position, or he's not. It's like you can't have like it's like having the best number 9 in the world, but you put him in a 10 because something else is going on, or you put him right wing. Is he the best number 9 or not? If because I said it to you, I said it before. I believe his system needs 2 attacking wing backs. It needs 2, yeah. And they both need to be left-footed, ideally. Left-footed on the right side, left-footed on the left to score goals, etc. Whatever. Then we're being told that in his Sporting Lisbon side, the most assists came in a full season came from a left back. They had the most assists in that Sporting Lisbon team. So that tells you the 10s and the 8s are not the ones that are going to be, creating the most chances. It's those wing backs. So I say when you come to the club, the only 2 attacking left-footed players you've got is Ahmad and Anthony. So you have to make them your wing backs, and you have to make a decision. Do I put Anthony right and Ahmad left for now? Yeah, because he can actually attack. Or do I what do I do? Because I would have put because we haven't seen Ahmad on the left, but I tell you for free, Ahmad will do a job on the left. So until we get who we need to get in the summer, the type of baller that Ahmad is, he would have scored goals from the left, he would have created goals from the left, and he would have assisted. Anthony would have been trial and error, but he would have done better than what we've seen from Dalot Mazraoui. I'll tell you that. The
bigger concern, though, Musa, is that he's Anthony's gone and he's still doing the same stuff. That's
his fault. That's not our fault.
Yeah,
but now he
goes
and gets a left back, and he's got Ahmad, and he's still playing these dynamic 2 young wingers who can actually get up and down the pitch.
He's got a point, though, Musa. He's got a point. If he continues this, right, and he continues playing this style now, then it's I'm not saying it's difficult to defend him, but it's like almost like, bro, like you're literally causing your own problems, bro.
It is difficult to defend him, bro. You're defending him because you want to defend him and not based on the facts.
You know what I mean? So basically, when you actually deep it, Marcel, it's like man's actually killing the team, really, because it's jeopardizing the team, because we know Dalot is not a left wing back. We know that. It's clear as daylight. Yeah. Nobody here can tell me that Dalot's left wing back. Let him build his confidence on the right and then say, right, cool, we've got something there. Like Dogu playing right wing back, and then to put into matter, you literally put Ahmad next to him who wants to do the same job. And they just clashed against Leicester. Let's be honest, they wanted to do the same thing. They literally. So it didn't work. To be honest, though, it didn't work.
It's Saeed. Honestly, I have
and
to.
I'm not saying it's going to happen again. But if it does continue, then you can't defend it. You can't. Like Ryan said, you can't defend it.
But I'm allowed to defend it now because it's only been one play, and there's still 90 minutes of football. Do you get it? Big up Leon. So I'm not even trying to hold it as data right now, Saeed. Because I've just seen 45 minutes of 2 left-sided players play on one side of the pitch.
Yeah, I agree.
One that just got hit off the plane.
It's not bad.
I've seen it operate. I've seen an Anthony Ahmad combination, and it kind of work, and they break through within the system. So just give it some time.
But you can.
That was on the same side of the pitch in different positions.
One sec, Rance. Sorry. Yeah. You can give it time, and I'm gonna be, do the devil's advocate here. It can give it time if he's making the right choices and the right decisions, which he's not. He's going to start Rasmus Højlund against Spurs, bro. He's going to probably start a left-footed player on the right-hand side. This is where the issues are. If you the first way we know how your brain is thinking is how you set out the starting 11. To play Kobe Mino in a 9, is I'm sorry, but I think like him and me, we have the same birthday, and I got a bit loose on my birthday. I think he did too, bro. We're Aquarius. We're a bit reckless. On our birthdays, we're reckless. Bro, how come after his birthday, the guy just started acting weird? Bro, There's no other way of justifying this. He had one too many to drink, and he's overcooked it. To play Kobe Mino in the false nine, is a criminal. He's a criminal offense. Any of you in this panel, if you have any decision making in Man United, if you saw that, you probably stop it before it even happens. Before it even gets to like the Premier League, and you give them the starting lineup, you call an emergency meeting and you say, "Yo, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing with my club? What are you playing at?"
No, but to play devil's advocate on that, even funny enough, ironically enough, it could have worked though, because if you and just from the standpoint, Faz, of the fact that the strikers to that point had been diabolical. Both strikers are not.
I don't think
We've been speaking at the top of the show. Moose has been saying it. Rant's been saying there's no goals in this club. So they've been okay, but there's no goals, and the main currency is goals, Faz. Let's just get real. The main
goal is the goals come from the team though. We're not creating any chances because our ball progressing is awful. Because Bruno and Ugarte, between the two of them, they can't pass wind from the double pivot. They can't break lines, bro. They can't, bro. Like, bro, we're seeing this. And then on top of that, Kobe, when he was in the 10, was starving because no passes are being delivered in between the lines. Like, it's a structural problem why we're not scoring goals. It's got nothing to do with who's up front or who's on the right or who's on the left. It's deeper than that.
Well, you just mentioned footballers. You just mentioned footballers as to why the system's not working. So,
and our best footballers, the manager has on the bench, Eriksen, Casemiro, Xerxes are amongst our best footballers, and they don't play.
Yeah, so coupled with the profile of the footballer that actually ends up on the pitch that can't deliver the instructions, with what the manager has available for him to select upon, they're both at a low level right now. But it's still always going to be the profile of the human. But anyway, just coming back to the Kobe situation, it could have worked because we would have been playing through Kobe. It would have been Kobe's football club. Everyone passed the ball to Kobe. But it didn't work because he's not a striker. He's got elements of his... Like, the manager has to learn these things. This is also, by the way, Faz, something that we need to give him time to as well. Because like I said to Musa, we know the squad better. I know the squad better.
He could have learned it without doing it, though. I'll be real, I could have told you that Kobe wasn't going to play the 9 better than Xerxes without seeing it. You know, some things you don't need to see.
Yeah.
You know,
I was upset. You know why I was upset?
Ruben... He's a different brother.
Okay, to rebuttal, sorry, Musa, again, to rebuttal what you're saying, Marcel, how come we don't get access to, we're not in the training ground, we don't train the players, but how come we said Mino is a 10 before months before?
Again, he got forced into a situation.
Every single one of us has been saying that from since last season. Yeah, agreed.
Do you know what I'm saying?
We are obsessed about this club. All of us here are obsessed about this club way more than Ruben can even.
But Marcel, I only said it based on his strengths and weaknesses as a footballer. The manager should be able to understand these things, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you look at Kobe Mino, he don't really have a range of passing to be dictating from deep. Do you know what I'm saying? He likes to take loads of touches on the ball. So, similar things they were saying about Paul Pogba. He's not a deep line player because he likes to take too many touches. Well, fucking duh. Like, do you know what I mean? Players that love to take loads of touches, you don't play them near their own goal. They're a liability. Like, anyone that understands football to any level knows the more touches man wants to take, do it that way. So when I'm looking at Kobe's strengths and weaknesses, and even his reading of the game and natural positioning, he was never a deep player. So in my head, Kobe needs to be closer to the opponent's goals. And then when you look at the goals he scored, the goals, one touch finishes and that, the guy needs to be near the goal. So if the manager can't deduce that in 2 months, seeing this guy every day, bruv, I don't know what he's seeing, cuz like this man's still picking Rasmus over Xerxes, bro. So really, man don't know what he's seeing. He's still playing Dallo left wing back when Dallo's killing us, bro. Like killing, man. Like it's bad.
It's a lot. Big up to Leon, man.
So can I just quickly add this?
Yeah, go on, Marcel.
Yeah, so the approach, like what you mentioned a couple of weeks back, Rance, like is wrong. And he needs to learn and adjust his approach. That will come in time. Yes. And then the profile of players, bro. I really think this is a massive issue, especially for his system and what he wants to happen on the pitch. We need transfer windows.
Are we sure that we know what he wants to happen, Marcel? Because like Musa said, he played natural wingers at wing backs at Sporting, bro. Because even Quenda, like, is a natural winger. Dorgu is a natural winger that plays at left back, but he's a natural winger, So with the manager coming into the club, he should have just played natural wingers at wing back because he had the profiles to do it, bro. I would have rather he had head loss and said, Rashford, you're playing wing back, whether you like it. I would have rather he said, Rashford, you're playing wing back. Rashford played wing back a couple games. I was like, fuck it, I don't like this. And then he fell out with Rashford and dashed him, but at least he tried. De Bruyne went straight for the defenders and said, cool, we're going to do this. And it's died, bro. Like, play Garnacho there, play Antony there.
I was going to say that. And then ask for Dorgu further down the line because Garnacho.
Play Garnacho. And if you played Garnacho, Antony, Ahmad as the wing backs and Malacia, for argument's sake, and you said the two left side is going to be Antony because Antony's not great inverting anyway.
Yeah.
Play him on the left-hand side on his strong side. Play Malacia on that side. And then play fucking...
And say, Ahmad, I haven't got enough.
Ahmad on the right-hand side. And then, do you know what I mean? Say, fuck it. Maybe I'll use Rashford. If Rashford don't want to play there, fuck it. Dash him away.
You know...
If you played the attackers there, yeah, and we were conceding 32 goals, we would score 42. I'm confident of it. But we've scored 30, conceded 32. And the thing is, having the defenders there has made us weaker attacking wise and more vulnerable defensively because when you're attacking, you don't need to defend.
Do
you know what I'm saying? So because we're less of a threat going forward, teams are now pinning us back. And naturally, because we've got defenders in wide areas, they're reluctant to get forward because they're thinking about getting back. Whereas attackers naturally just want to go.
Their first thing's attack.
Exactly.
So I hear you though, Rance, but the thing is, he told us, I'm pretty sure he told us in a presser why he hasn't started with offensive fullbacks first.
He did, but he's losing. So he needs to change it.
What did he say?
He's told you though. He's told you why you got this headache right now. Just let him adjust.
No, but again, that's negative because he said, it's easier, because you don't have to teach defenders how to defend, and he doesn't want to teach attackers how to defend. But here's the thing though. Why are you thinking about defending when we have 70% of the ball, bro? That means 30% is defending. That means you should only give defending 30% of the worry. Worry about the 70%, because if you focus on the 70%, you win more games. Do you know what I'm saying? Worry about killing teams when we've got that 70% of the ball. Why are you worrying about the 30%? Because if I have 70% and I score 4 goals, now them man have to score 5. So what am I worrying about the 30 for? He's worrying about the small piece of the game and the big piece is getting neglected. This is why we're conceded more than we've scored, bro. His focus is mad negative, bro. He's meant to be an attacking manager, but he's very defensive minded.
I think he's understood that Premier League ain't what he thought it'd be, and he'd be a bit more kind of.
Well, it's kind of naive, Saeed, though, you know. So you go first, Saeed, but it's kind
of. Go for it, bro.
I was going to say it's naive because, like, surely as a manager of Sporting, you would have played majority of the table that are not on the level of Benfica and Porto. So you knew, like the Premier League, of course, it's slightly different. We probably have like 8 teams that, or 6 teams that can compete for the title in the best scenario, and then the odd bogey team like Forest this year that have gone on to do something. But like the lack of adaptability, you can't overlook it. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't, regardless of the circumstances with lack of players and profiles. I 100% agree that plays a factor, Marcel. That's why I'm saying that my expectation is not that this manager should be in the top 4 right now. But come on, man. Like, look at the squad. We can be doing way better than what we're doing. We could be scoring more goals than what we're... Come on, man. Like,
you know when you deep it though, I think ultimately everyone wants something different in it. Like people want results, people want style of football. I want to see, for me, a team that I can recognize week in, week out, and I enjoy going
how they attack, how they defend.
Yeah, listen, the results, like I said to you, I didn't really expect. Obviously, I said at the start season 3rd. Then when Amorim came through the door, I said, you know what? Give me top 6 and a Europa League. And then obviously, as I've had to see the squad, I was like, you know what? We ain't going anywhere. Do you know what I mean? So now I'm like, just give me good football. And my worry is I'm not going to be able to see good football now. And that's going to really piss me off. Because I'm like,
you know what it is?
Something.
You don't have enough attackers to see good football in Man United. Right?
No, but that's not, that's not true. We can see better football.
You see better football, though. You can still see
way better football than
intricacies. Like, Leicester don't have good footballers. Sorry, good attackers. But you know what? They can play. They were
and also as well, you can see football. Let's just say you have 10 games. You could see good football in 6 to 7 games, and then not in 3-4 games. You could see more of that. Do you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I feel like even when you guys came in and you were talking about the Kobe Manu thing, experiment in the right positions. Swapping between the 2 10s in certain games. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't be doing something stupid like I'll experiment him in the 10 and then the 6. What's the point? Like, he's clearly showing that he's not got the attributes to get himself out of trouble there. If you don't have the profiles that you want, play with 7 players that you do have the profiles that you do, even if it means squad and people off the bench, but then have 4 or 5 that don't. Like, at the end of the day, I don't see why. I'll be real. I kind of agree with Musa, yeah. Garte and Casemiro, for me, is our best 2 in the middle right now. And people say, oh, they can't progress the ball. And Cas has been one of our best. But even if he doesn't have exactly what you want, or you think he's past it, yeah, he still brings more to the team at times than I see other players.
I think there's some beef right there, man. Do
you reckon? What, do you think Faz's video is true then, yeah? Seeing Faz doing the analysing of Casemiro
there's got to be
for 2 minutes.
Didn't even look back at him.
Yeah,
you know,
bro, I can't lie. Yeah. You just have to put yourself in Cas's shoes. You don't even have to look at it. So many people are looking at it from a fan perspective, which I understand because they're fans. But me, I look at things like, what if I was him? Yeah. What if I was the player?
Like no minutes as well, yeah.
And I'm getting no minutes, like a zero minutes. And I'm getting 30 seconds, bro, against an FA Cup. Do you know what I'm saying? It's gonna, any player holding bench is gonna hurt by default. Then on top of that, you're getting here you go minutes, 30 seconds, odd games. It's tough, you know. It's tough, and he's the most senior player in the team, by the way. Most senior, most achieved, most decorated player in the team. You have to keep him happy, whether that by giving minutes or not by giving minutes. But he has to be happy because he's going to be one of the leaders in the changing room.
Exactly. But here's the thing, Faz, let me piggyback on that. Yeah. Remember, the manager was saying, "Oh, we need more leaders in the dressing room."
Yeah,
but then you're fucking with them. Like, it's like just as a man, naturally, we know how hierarchy works against men, yeah? And we know who the respected guys are. You've gone and fucked with the guy that's got the most cultural currency in the whole dressing room. You put my man on an injury time in the last game, bro. Like, how's that gonna buy you time with the players? How?
You know what it is, though, guys?
Not him only, by the way. De Ligt, he's managing his minutes.
Yeah, I don't get that. You know what it is here, yeah? Just to add a bit of balance to the argument, yeah. I think when he spoke about Casemiro, I kind of understood what he was saying, innit? But I felt like for me, yeah, that was then when I felt like for me it was a bit early on at the start of your career at Man United. When it gets to this level, yeah, and you are losing this amount of games, and you are in the way you are, you just need a few leaders around.
Just need to switch something.
You need people to say, yo, Mandem, I've been here, I've done it. We're not going to be playing free-flowing football, but I'm going to install a bit of leadership. You get here, you get here. You do this, do that. Like, bro, Casemiro does that on the football pitch. He leads by example. You might not say he's got the legs anymore, but brothers, he leads by example. And I don't think we have that in the team as well. Because at the end of the day, you know, people can say Bruno and that, but you still need, when you're in the 13th, guys.
Yeah, you need a bit of grit. You need a bit of know-how.
You need a plan B.
You need the personalities. This is when you need your Casses and you need your Ericssons. This is when these men start to come in and do stuff. Like, even look at Arsenal. Their man sent the man to Dubai because Arteta understands that coaching ain't going to get them where they need to get, bro. It needs to be something internal that these players have, whether it's camaraderie or something. That's what's going to get man out of a funk, blood. Like, certain things you can't coach your way out of, bro. You need the characters, bro. You need it.
Yeah. Game management,
I was going to say, I also feel like people overcomplicate football nowadays. Like, we have such a weak squad in certain areas, yeah? Why are people overcomplicating and almost allowing what the manager's doing sometimes to be like, it's just not the perfect profile, or he was good 3 years ago. Bro, we're so shit. Like, we're so shit. Like, it's unbelievable. It's how shit we are. And like, the only little bit of quality we've got sometimes, just draw for that quality.
Yeah.
I mean, people make a million excuses why Eriksen can't play in the 10. I know what I see with him in my own eyes. He can produce in certain games in the season and make games.
Especially against the lesser clubs, he can produce.
I mean, how many games
do we get? At home, you can play Eriksen.
We get 30-odd games. You tell me Eriksen can't impact 10 games.
Like, Eriksen goes to Brentford and just plays the whole season. And out of that season, and just plays. You know what I'm saying? And out of that season, he produces in most of the games. In some games, he has off games, but he produces. He's a baller. That's the end of the day. You just have to make it work. And like you said, football is an easy game, brother. Get that ball and pull it in the back of the other goal, and that's the end of it. And make sure that they don't pull it in the back of your net. That's it. It's that simple. We've just got, as time has gone on, we've complicated what happens before that process takes place, brother. Get that ball over there and just score the goals. And I think in your the formation stuff, you know, the 3-4-3, blah blah blah. It's not that deep. The biggest problem this guy has done, he's played a back five. It's not a back three. And the fact that he's got a back five, it's kept him in problems. I would have thought the first opportunity he gets a chance to turn it around and turn it from a back three, from a back five to a back three, he would have played Dorgu and Ahmad. But the fact that he didn't do it in his first game is what this. I'm not on him. Like, everybody here wants Amorim to succeed and to do better. But we have to, like, since the fact that we've gone into other managerial situations like Ten Hag, and we've just backed them off the back with no proof of concept. Like, there's no proof of concept. And you want us to just back it. There always has to be a proof of concept. And we've said, and everybody said, you know what, we're going to give Amorim 10 games, 15 games to do his thing. He's had 20. And where's the proof of concept in his 20 games for us to just fully back him without questioning certain things now? Because this is where now you're driving down that long road and it's getting a bit too far down the road and the signs are not appearing. You're thinking, what's going on here? You're still calm with the Uber driver, but you're not sure if he's an op.
We going the right way, because you know the way.
Just before Nuruddin comes in as well, and it's like, if the seasons are right off and we're 13th, one of the things I need the managers to do is, if you have like 5 or 6 players in the squad that you want to move forward with and the rest you don't rate yet, at least help develop and gain confidence within them players so we can go into next season with a little bit of momentum. Do you know what I mean?
Some rhythm,
Yeah, identify where Cobby plays well, give Zertsky minutes. Do you know what I'm saying? Play Delit, play Dorgu, play these players, because we're going to have, if we get a good window, 4 or 5 players, we're going to have other guys that slot in, but don't get us at the start of next season where these players are out of rhythm. And it was almost like kind of, why did we do last season sort of thing? Do you know what I mean? So, Nuruddin, were you going to say so?
Yeah, big up Nuruddin.
Yeah, big up people, man. Big up Kings. Big up the chat, man. Yeah, I mean, I've heard what a lot of you guys have said. Just listening, just catching what you're saying about, especially Casemiro. I've got a different take on this. I think INEOS came in with Amorim, and they made their mark on trying to get rid of the highest paid players in the football club. Now, Casemiro's old school, innit? His agent's not stupid. Nobody in world football is giving him on the contract that he's on now. So where's he gonna go? Some people might not know, don't remember, but I remember Winston Bogart seeing it out.
60 bags, Chelsea.
See it out, mate. Sat on that bench for 2.5 years, chilled.
He's in the reserves,
absolutely chilled, relaxed. You know, I mean, sometimes you see him on the bench, sometimes you don't see him on the bench. You're not even in the match day squad. Sometimes you see him on the stands. But he chilled because he was like, yo, this football club gave me a contract and I'm here to honor that contract. So I definitely understand. And I think what Saeed said and what Rant was saying, and all of you, Musa and Faz, all of you, what everybody's contributed to this bit about Casemiro is right. When you first come in, I understand. Amorim said he just is a player profile. And if you know Amorim's system, he needs the 2 midfielders to be super mobile. Now, he's tried Kobe. Kobe's not mobile. We could have told him that. And I think this is where I agree. Before I jumped on, I remember Marcel saying about that we know more about these players than this manager, this coach does, or INEOS do. So at the end of the day, for me, I think it was a joint thing with the Amorim and INEOS to try to get rid of Casemiro. Obviously, it didn't work. Because Casemiro, like he said, he's been around the block, man. Like when he got that contract, I told everybody when he got that contract, his grandchildren, they're not even in this world, but they're dancing on the Copacabana beach because nobody was giving him that amount of money, bro. Let's be right, nobody in world football was giving up. Now, saying that, when I watch the team, people, we can't even get out. We can't even put 5, 6, 10 passes together in the opposition's half to keep the possession, to rotate play. So this idea that we as fan base are being taught or being conditioned to think we're better than Casemiro and Eriksen.
Well, there you go.
Laughable.
Thank you.
It's laughable.
Yeah.
It's absolutely laughable because we can't sustain the ball up the pitch. Anytime, next game you see United, I want you to time it. I genuinely want you guys, when we get the ball, go over the halfway line, I want you to time how long it takes before we lose possession.
3 seconds usually around that. It's gone.
It's ridiculous. So it's ridiculous. And then you look about this season, some of the best moments. Eriksen's been part of that.
Yeah.
Some of the best passes, some of the best goals we scored this season. Eriksen's been involved in
and
it.
Casemiro. Cassie's goal under Rude is one of our best goals of the season.
Do you want a manager to play players that he doesn't particularly rate? Do you want them?
No, Saeed, you know what I need, right? Saeed, listen, right? I wanted Amorim to come in to instill. I don't want you to go away from your fundamentals. But genuinely, I think there's a balance because you have to see where you are right now.
I know.
You know what I mean? You have to see where you are right now.
Especially with the squad, how poor it is. Like, we've got zilch to choose from.
You have to see where you are right now. Right now, where are you? And I mean, Vaz captured that, and I thought it was a brilliant video, what you captured, basically showing that. I mean, it's the ultimate disrespect if you ever talk to professional footballers. If you ever talk to professional footballers, it's the ultimate disrespect to bring on. You usually use young players or players that have been, you know, as a punishment. You know what I mean? Bringing him on last 2 minutes, it's a form of punishment because you're not being happy. But you want to know if he's still determined or is he going to moan. You're testing out, especially younger players.
It's a test.
Yeah, you're testing him out. But to bring him on, I mean, Collier was next to him. You could have brought Collier on. Collier, it's not going to be in Collier thing, but it was a way of saying Casemiro. And obviously, he ain't gonna look back and tell my man, innit? What's he gonna say to you? F you. You know what I mean? And what?
He ain't the guy, man. He's a professional.
Ruben will do it again the next game. Ruben will put him in the last 2 minutes again the next game. Anyway, if he does.
That's what I'm saying. So Casemiro. So Casemiro.
He might do a Ronaldo and not play. You remember Ronaldo just walked down the touchline?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying to you. This is what I'm saying.
I hear it though, you know. I can't lie. Ten Hag was a criminal, by the way.
But on a human level,
Ten Hag was a disciplinarian.
It's mad disrespectful, bro, because it's like you're abusing your power at that point. You're taking Like, bro, on a human level, you just don't do it, innit? Like you don't do that. Injury time, brother. There was 30 seconds. He didn't even touch the ball. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
He won header. He won a good header.
Bro, it's nuts, bro, that a man can do that. And you know what the wickedest thing is? Nurdin, you made some good points about the high earners. The only reason why I don't believe that is because Mason Mount is on 250k, and this manager was talking about how much he loves Mason Mount and how integral he is to the system, and this brother is wank, and he is in terms of ability and how much he's on, bro, the disparity is nasty. He's a 50 grand a week player, and he's on 250, and he has the 77 on his back, and the manager was talking about, yo, he's going to be an important player for us. So it's not a money thing, because INEOS should be wanting to get rid of Mason Mount, bro. He has not contributed anything to this football club. And by the way, why don't we hear how much money he's on and how much he's fleecing the club, bro? Because his face fits, mate. That's why. Do you know what I'm saying? 250k and he ain't giving us 10 games.
Bro, we know that. Look at Luke Shaw. How many years I've been saying it?
Luke Shaw as well,
Rant, how come I know that Luke Shaw don't deserve a contract? I'm a guy who lives in South Central Money. How come I know that a player with that level of injuries doesn't deserve a contract? But
when is Mason Mount even back? It's gotten to the point where I forgot he plays for us, bro.
Yeah, but someone said Mount is a laundering scheme. They said that. It's a laundering scheme. Someone in the comments said that Mount's a laundering scheme.
I believe Anthony and Casemiro ain't playing because they're Brazilian. That's
you know what? There's something to
Obrigado, man. I told you, man. You didn't listen to me, man.
Listen,
I told you already. Carlo should have been shotted weeks back. I said it to you, man.
No, but real talk though. Both of them are not playing though. Both of them not in the team.
It's a Portuguese Brazilian beef. That's a Portuguese Brazilian.
I said, remember, you mentioned it to me as well, Leon. You said
about selling Dallo
when I said it. The low should have been gone, and you was like, what Faz gonna have something to say about that? Remember?
You did say it. Say it.
Can I just say something? I agree with you to an extent, but it's his first season. Whatever. I mean, to me, in history, it will go down. I thought the Harry Maguire deal was the worst deal in football history. From Manchester United, I've said, hold my absolute.
Hold your breath.
You know what? We're gonna go and get Mason Mount for 55, and
last year of his contract, by the way.
Last year of his contract, and then we're gonna give him the number 7.
And
I told people,
the manager loves him.
And you know what? Because my guy comes in and says, "I really want it." It's like looking in your eyes and say, "I really want it." You know what I mean? So I don't give a damn what you want, mate. It's what is the facts. Give me the data. What is the facts on the football pitch?
But this is why I don't believe the Casemiro's a money thing. The manager just don't like him, bro. Like the manager's shown that it doesn't matter how well you're playing or how bad you're playing. If he likes you, Dallo, you're gonna play. And if he don't like you, Xerxes, you're not playing.
You're not gonna play.
Like that's it. Like got nothing to do with it.
I genuinely do think.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
Since the beginning of football, his personality. See that people forget that football is about human beings.
But even if you look at but the one thing I'd say is, a lot of coaches, you can wear them down, blood. Even Ten Hag was reluctantly playing Ahmad because he was like, fuck it, this player keeps playing well. Like, fuck it, I have to pick him. Like, it comes to a time where man are just like, fuck it. All right, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, they always
do you guys think, okay, I've got a question to ask you then. Do you guys think that 30 seconds was Amorim's way of saying, let me see if I've still got this guy, you know? Let me see if I've still got this guy.
Maybe he's waiting for Cass to slap the number board out of man's hand and say, fuck this.
The body language was way the body language was way awkward.
It's a test of character. It's a test of character. It's a test of character.
But you ain't testing a character of a seasoned, like a guy who's got more trophies than Amorim has ever seen in his life. Casemiro's got more trophies, more medals than.
But guys, also,
the brother's got a room in his house for trophies, blood.
But Mandem, let me just play devil's advocate, guys. Yeah? Let me play devil's advocate.
Let me
allow. I believe in Ruben.
Hold on.
Marcel,
let Saeed go. Let him go.
Marcel said, I believe in Ruben.
The manager's point of view.
I'm not saying that.
How many times, right, recently, did any of you see the interview that he did recently where he said, at this time, I've always, one thing I would say to defend Amorim, right? I would say this. Saeed will tell you on camera, off camera. I've said Manchester United footballers are not conditioned to play modern day top football. I've said that because of the types of coaches and managers we've had. Counter-attack, Moments FC, all of that was just the flow, yeah? And some of us right now, we're so down with our team. We're like, give me Moments FC, man. Give me that 65 goals during the lockdown season between, you know what I mean, Rashford, Martial, and Mr. Mason Greenwood. Give me that type of like football. So some people are that desperate. But he said, INEOS have said to him, and I think I think it's Omar Barada, they said to him, start now. Start you filtering out players who can't play the other way. And I genuinely 100% believe, other than what Musa said, that, and I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, and people are like, but that's it's a back five. And I'm like, people didn't understand what I meant. I meant as though we're playing with a back five because they don't get involved in the play. And then Rance watched the other game and noticed it and said, forget five, there's 7 sitting back in our half. People are just parked. Like they go to a drive, but you know what? They've gone to those movies, you know, when you watch it, those driving films.
The drive-in cinema.
That's it. That's what it look like. It's just parked up, bro. These people are not moving.
Just going back, Nurdin. What I was saying, right, is that I believe...
point I wanted to make was that they asked him to start the work to get the people, and this is what he thinks. Now, human beings can be wrong. Like Rand said, people can be wrong and then realize, actually, this player is being professional. He's doing it, and you can win coaches over sometimes. And the old school way of managing is that the players has to make you not drop it. The player puts on it. The team picks itself. Now, 100%, I know there are things between Brazilians and Portuguese. If you don't know the historical context, if you don't know all of that, then you can go and research it yourself. I've been to Portugal. They look down on Brazilians. They look down. It's like people looking down on it. But on Amorim's point of view, I think he wants condition. And he even spoke about it when they tried to gas up the young players when he first came in. He said, the conditioning is not great. And he talked about the conditioning. So he did. For me, when the recent interview came out with, INEOS and them have had the chat, and he said, because he's like, no, they said to me, start the work now. And we're in pain at the moment as a fan base, but he has to show something because he's had 9 days now. The next game, I want to see something.
Bro, I don't know. He's had 20 games, Nuruddin, and you know what the thing is with the manager, like even when he speaks about Toby Collier, he's like, oh, he's so fast and that, and it's like, bro, like it's cool. I get that the manager likes physicality. But the thing is, there's not a single player in this squad that can't play the manager's system, if he identifies their profiles and plays them in the suitable positions. Like we've seen that Mazraoui's better at right centre back than right wing back because he's a right centre back in the system. Because the right centre backs in the system play right back, they play wide. That's why when the Euros getting skinned, it's because he was playing at right back and he's a centre back. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's basic things you can deduce certain things. Garnacho plays on the line, so he's a wing back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, bro, Ericsson plays in between the lines, so he's a 10.
And a 10, he's a 10.
Yeah. Like, bro, it's so easy to deduce, where to play players to get the best out of him. But the manager's playing them in situations where their strengths are being inhibited and their weaknesses are being exposed. And then man is saying that it's the players. It's not the players, bro. Like you can play the players in a way that maybe on paper the team doesn't look the greatest, but it's more functional. If you play Dalot and Mazraoui as the left back and the right back in centre backs, would be more balanced. We'd actually be more balanced if we played them two fullbacks as centre backs in this system and played Ian Euro as a centre back in the middle with them two next to him. We would be way more balanced than playing Maz and Dalot on the wing, blood. Play our fucking wingers on the wing, blood.
Like, I think you know what he's done though. What he's done though.
We would have more pace as well.
1 second,
we'd have a lot more pace.
I think, and maybe Faz will back me on
would
this.
Would have less height though defensively for set pieces, which is why he probably wouldn't do it.
I think he's gone down the militant route, guys, man. I'll be honest with you. Like, if you actually watch him on the touchline, he's telling people, yo, do this, do that. Like, he's not letting people breathe, bro. Like, even if we're winning, like, there's no emotion. We're losing, no emotion. That's maybe just because it's him, But I do believe he's making sure there's seniority. He's making sure there's authority within him. They don't take him for a mug. You get me? So I believe right now, he's instilling that right now when I believe you've got to have a bit of freedom, a little bit, and a little bit of coaching.
But when you rule like that, your people overthrow you, blood. You know
but that's what I'm saying. He doesn't want you. He's which listen, to a degree, I agree, because at the end of the day, these players have been under how many managers? And he's studied what's going on, guys. He's understood that these players.
You know what happened, Saeed?
Hold on a minute. He's seen that these players have played under several managers. He's seen these players have failed under several. He's like, yo, listen, F this. I'm playing my way, or you go the highway. Yeah? And certain players have not done that. Hence why Rashford is out the door. Hence why maybe he's not playing certain players. So he's doing that. But obviously, like you said, you have to get the balance. That balance, he hasn't figured it out yet between coaching and just saying, when you see it, bro, let them come out. Let Maguire come out from the back, man. You don't have to say pass the ball back. Why are we passing the ball?
I'm seeing him, bro. I'm seeing him ask like the players on the side to slow the ball down. You got to play sideways. I'm seeing him have a go at Kobe for trying to push the ball forward, and he's saying, "Yo, chill." Pass it back.
He's got to allow them to have a bit more freedom, though.
Why do you think that is, though? Do you think he's worried about his shape, being tight?
What shape?
No.
Yeah.
Can I just come in? You know what he's doing there? He's coaching the first thing in terms of like what he wants to do is that the ball security. So when the ball is sit inside anywhere in midfield, that's where the most congestion is in it in football. It's the midfield. And in that game, the patterns that we saw was that any player that was anywhere around the center of the park, the ball was going back to the defenders. It was like a pattern of play. And you know what? Bless the Old Trafford crowd, innit? They're just like, attack. They try to give my guy a hint of Friday there, and they're like, attack. And the amount of groans, me, Vaz, Saeed were there, innit? The amount of groans every time the ball went back. You're talking about a club that literally, the way Fergie, doctored was that get the ball quick, get up the pitch quick as you can. And he's tried to coach a way of slowing things down. And everybody, I've noticed that since game one, is that no counterattacks, calm football, let's play it again. And then we lose the momentum and the other team gets in shape. Now, the most important part of football, as Musa said, is putting the ball in that back of that net. So I can't blame everything on Amorim and say that because under Eric Ten Hag, we weren't scoring goals either, people. We were struggling. We couldn't hold the ball up the pitch. And in terms of the losing streak, for me, the way I explain it is that last season we finished 8th. But about 5 games, we did a stick-up job on everybody. We know that all of us watched those games
I didn't mention
where we did a stick-up job on people where literally At gunpoint, we took them. We rubbed them blind. Right.
It's not just going to be sacked to Brentford last year. Remember that game when McTominay scored 2 goals in the last 2 minutes?
Listen, there were so many games. Now, for me, the only saving grace for Amorim is that now, before the Europa League starts, till March, he's got time in the training ground. And I need to see, even if we're not scoring, I don't expect to be scoring goals straight away. I need to see patterns. I need to see forwards making that diagonal runs, coming out into the channels, holding the ball. And you know what? What we were saying, we're in the stadium and we're like, what are you doing? Put Garnacho as the left wing back, like, you know what I mean? The right wing back. Just give him that position and then take off somebody else and bring on an attacker, give us balance. Those 2 wide guys, Ahmed and Garnacho, to do that. To me, if he does this madness, he's losing a lot of fan base who want to be patient.
Yeah.
Because structurally, he's not setting the team up in the most common sense way. And football ain't that complicated, people, I promise.
No, but that's what I'm saying, Nerd. And this is where me and you agree, yeah? Like, he's complicating his own system, bro. Like, I'm not a big fan of Garnacho. He don't do many things well, yeah? He's got a low IQ, but one thing he does do, yeah, is he goes down the outside and he puts crosses in. He keeps doing it. Even if the crosses are shit, he keeps doing it. If he was our wing back, that wouldn't be a problem because he'll be pulling the ball back to the 10. But the problem is he's in the 10. So a lot of the time he pulls the ball back to no one because he can't pass to himself. Do you know what I'm saying? So if he's the wing back, when he's playing that ball back across the box, the left 10 should be coming onto the ball. But he's playing left 10 on the wing. So Amorim, just put him to fucking wing back. Then we got an extra player in the box, bruv. Like, I don't understand. Why is it so difficult? Because Dallow's not getting to the byline and crossing. Mazraoui's not getting to the byline and crossing because they're fucking defenders, bro.
But that's the problem with Amorim. I think, like you said, he's overcomplicated it because the difference of having Mazraoui in the right wing, in the right defensive position,
right centre back,
with right centre back, with Ahmad in front of him, and then with someone like Ericsson in front of Ahmad, who can actually do 1-2s with Ahmad, is a totally different ball game in terms of what the opposition have to deal with. Because Mazraoui is good at getting forward in that position and then getting back to defend. But if you've got someone like Ahmad now in front of him who can pop the ball off to Ericsson, who could actually control the ball and
get it back, all that,
it's totally different. And I think that's what he's missing. And it's the same with Dorgu on the other side. We're having someone like Dorgu, and then the problem is, obviously, we've let Malacia go, and also Martinez has been injured. But I don't know who can play on the left, even if it's Delit, and you've got to put him out there because I'm not favouring Delo playing.
Delo would be a good left-sided.
No.
Left wing back, left-sided centre back.
You could play Mazraoui left centre back and Delo right centre back.
Oh, I thought he was about left.
Delo in this system is a centre back.
Is a centre back.
Yeah, I know.
A centre back, Delo.
Yeah, I agree.
Left-sided centre back or right-sided one, not central, but you could if it's emergent.
100%.
It's the same thing with Mazraoui. It's the same thing with Mazraoui. The same thing with Mazraoui.
They're centre backs because they're both fullbacks, and the centre backs in this system are fullbacks because they go out wide. So they're fullbacks. So they're in
and they can be
as a centre back you would never be in.
And they love, and you know what? Do you know how that is? Because in football, it's about the distances. When you play as a right back, natural right back in a 4-4-2, it's about the distances.
It's the distance.
So those guys can judge the distances where they are on the football pitch, and they can actually go on to that one-on-one.
Exactly.
But for me, the biggest thing for me, what really irks me about this guy is that I understand, and that's what I call for. So I shouldn't really be shocked. But on the physicality, just going back to the physicality, this team, this squad at this moment in time hasn't got the physicality to be able to play man for man.
So don't do it.
Don't effing do it because it's suicide.
No.
It's suicide. It's suicide. So at the end of the day, for me, if we to play those two, even with the headers runs, with obviously a lot of balls get crossed in the Premier League more than other leagues, right? But I'm telling you now, you don't have to win headers. You just need to learn how to put people off.
Well, there you go. So you see when the guy said, "Oh, Garnacho doesn't know how to defend," bro. Defending is structural, bro. You just have to be there. Do you know what I'm saying? I can defend against a player, and Ashley Cole used to do it really well against CR7. He never used to make a tackle. He just stayed on his feet. He just stayed on his feet and didn't make a tackle. Where you go, I'm going, bruv. That's it. When you cross, I'm going to stick my foot out and block it. Man don't have to make a tackle to defend.
You know who proves that all the
stay
time?
on your feet and you jockey.
Do you know who proves
any
that all the
player
time?
can jockey, bro.
Ahmad proves that all the time. All the time, Ahmad does it. All
and he just pinches the ball from people. He presses them, pinches
even that
it,
time
and he's gone.
In the FA Cup, he just jumped up for a header. He had no right of winning. He just put the player off and we was away.
That's that's what defending is. Defending is about being in the right position and the right body shape.
Exactly,
it's not about being aggressive.
Right.
It's not about making a challenge.
Even like Ericsson, watch where he defends. He's poor at defending, but he blocks passing lines and stuff like that. It's just smart, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I think when Xerxes comes on, the way he presses, he wins the ball back for us a lot, And if he doesn't win it, he forces them into a situation where someone else can nick it. Do you know what I'm saying? And he doesn't he doesn't have to make a tackle, bro. It's about his body shape and your intent. You can teach
Saeed, you know what?
Can we just big up Xerxes? Can we just big up Xerxes?
Yeah, I'm gonna big him up now.
From the kid being Leon, from the kid being booed, I was there against against Newcastle, and now the whole stadium and coming out of the stadium, they're singing his name. They were singing his name, like so. Big up to
but
that
at that
kid,
point
man.
there, though,
big up to that kid.
He for me got wrongly criticized.
Yeah, of course he did. Saeed was the frustration with the football club, and then he remember I told you no other fan base scapegoats loves to scapegoat, and no other fan base loves the savior.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll just say this before I jump off. I'll just say this. I think up until summer now, Ruben does have to prove his ability to adapt whilst keeping his own system. I don't want him to change the system at all. If he changes,
no, you don't have to change the system.
No, I think he loses me even more. I think the number one thing is get your starting 11 a little bit better. He's overcomplicating things by playing players in the wrong positions, asking them to do the wrong things at the wrong time. He just needs to let the players be in the right positions, and funnily enough, just naturally allowing a player to play in a position he's comfortable will allow him to get in the right positions more often. Whereas if you play him in the wrong position, he's going to end up being in the wrong positions more time. You look at all of our players, the back line specifically, Wolves game, Leicester game, takes one or two passes to just rip us apart. Do you know what I'm saying? One or two passes before they're through on goal.
Because we play man for man fast. Because we play man for man.
No, I wouldn't.
We do. It's because we play man for man. I promise you.
But that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't do that. I'm saying I wouldn't do that. I think if he starts adjusting the starting 11 a bit more, then I think naturally he will get more goals and wins. But the real pressure will also come on INEOS in summer. But let's not forget this, and we can't get blindsided by this, because they have to sell Mason Mount, Luke Shaw, Højlund. They have to be active. They have to be active regardless of Ruben Amorim. Let's say they sack Ruben. Let's say they sack him by the end of the season, for argument's sake. I still want INEOS to react, according to the squad in summer, and make shrewd businesses and shrewd signings, considering the players that have left as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Onana, he's just changed his representatives. I think today he signed with a new agency. Don't be surprised if you start hearing things about Onana's new deal, and he wants to negotiate.
He can do one, mate.
He could do one, man. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be surprised, man. Don't be surprised. But yeah, listen, big up.
My
last point as well is Man United fans crying about Jadon Sancho. You lot are sad, like so pathetic and so sad. The fact is, you're actually enabling Jadon at this point by getting rattled. You're enabling him by allowing him to rattle you, and you're having an opinion on this. I don't have an opinion on the Jadon Sancho situation at all. No opinion. The fact that he's
got too much time in their hands, man.
He's someone else's headache. If I'm not mistaken, do Chelsea not pay more than 25 million if they finish above a certain position in the league? If I'm not mistaken as well. He's not a headache, man. I don't know why. It's giving sad X. It's like you going to the guy who dated your ex and saying, "Oh my God, you're free now," and all of this. He's giving Gossip Girl.
They're giving Jesse Lingard shit right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're giving Jesse Lingard shit. He obviously tweeted.
Why?
He tweeted just a couple of hours ago saying how was I Paul and Marcus any virus to the club and this, that, the other.
Yeah, he responded to something.
He
They
responded.
said that them three ruined the culture at Man United, bro. And the undertones in that is crazy anyway.
Yeah, he's going back and forth with some fans. He's going back and forth with some fans online.
Him, Pogba and Rashford destroyed the culture. Even Rooney admitted it. You see what I mean about the undertones with this fuckery, bro?
Yeah,
ruined the culture. What are you talking
There's
about?
another one as well.
Yeah, I sent you the link in it.
Yo, the racism is always.
But I don't know. I don't understand the necessity for Man United fans to go and cry about Jadon when you have to worry about Rasmus. I don't know why Man United fans are crying about Jesse Lingard or all of these guys when you've got Onana, getting you out of Champions Leagues and costing you games. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know why Man United fans are worrying about Rashford when Dalot is stinking it up every other day. So I don't understand. It's sad, man. It's very, very sad, and it's pathetic. It's very pathetic.
I think these guys just need somewhere to target their. They need somewhere to target their anger, and they always misdirect it. Do you know what I'm saying? If they kept the same energy for the owners, we would have got them out ages ago. That's the reality.
But listen, it's beyond. That's where I 100%.
Scholesy was yesterday night, by the way. Scholesy, shout out to Scholesy. You know what I mean? He got it last night. So everyone's going to get it every day, man.
Listen, at the end of the day, is this the biggest thing is this, They Manchester United fans love a drive-by, bro. They love a drive-by. Manchester United fans love a drive-by. Trust me, when they're not looking, you know what I mean? They're just eye on the Phillies and they're just spraying. That's what they do. But listen, nobody loves a scapegoat. Like I always tell you, nobody loves a scapegoat. Nobody loves a savior. By the end of the day, Manchester United fans, you know what? I turn on the Robbie. We've got bigger fish to fry. We've got bigger fish to fry. And for me, INEOS, mate, it is crumbling. The cards are crumbling. Getting sued, having to sell businesses, and they've sacked more people, by the way. I had a text this morning.
200 people,
Yeah.
Did
you hear the other report though, Nordin, that if they didn't put money into the club, I think apparently the Glazers ran out of money. Yeah,
so I've been saying that for a lot. Listen, I've been saying this for a very long time. But for me, but at the end of the day,
the thing is, the Glazers haven't run out of money. The Glazers just don't want to
put the money in it.
They've got football teams and that. The Glazers have bread, bro. They didn't even put their own money in to buy this. They borrowed it, bro. They haven't spent none of their own money.
None of it.
It's not that they don't have it. It's that they don't have it for
billionaires.
us. They don't have it for us, bro. Like they have it, just not for us.
They took money from the club, mate, to get wrecked from the club.
That's it.
And INEOS is helping them do that even more. You know what I mean? So that's
why Jim's not putting all his money in, because he's not going to do that until he has full ownership. I understand that.
Listen,
I understand that completely.
And I've not even heard anything about whatever ownership and nothing, no plan. So INEOS, for me, they're in a dungeon, bro. They're locked up right now. You know what I mean? They're in the gulag. That's where they're at. So I don't want to hear anything about INEOS, but Manchester United have got bigger fish to fry.
Saeed, one of the guys on your show, said yesterday that Jim basically he's got previous of going into failing businesses and sorting them out and making them sustainable and that. And that's what he has to do, unfortunately, bro. Like, man's sacking people because he's looking at the club like a business. He's like, yo, outgoings, incomings, and just he's being mad ruthless, innit? He's treating it like a business. And unfortunately, it is a fucking business. Do you know what I'm saying?
He's not come in to as a hobby and pump money in. He's come in, and he's probably not even a football fanatic, bro. He's come in on a money making thing. How can I put the least money in and make this thing,
just on the business thing? I wouldn't even say a money making thing. He's come on a business thing, and he's looked at it in black and white. He's looked at it as a business, and I understand why he has. It's super sad, that the people, that have to bear the brunt of this are innocent people that don't really deserve this shit.
Don't lie. You don't care.
40 grand.
No. You out of everyone, you are the one that doesn't care.
No, you're right. You're right. I don't. You're right. I don't. However, bro, listen. Let me say what I need to say. Listen.
You don't give two shits.
Bro, it's sad. Bro, listen. It's sad, but it's the reality, bro. Like, bro, listen.
That's his favorite line.
Listen. Life is sad, bro.
That's the reality.
Life is sad, bro. Like, listen. I don't live life, on how things should be, bro. Do you know what I mean? I live on life for how things are. Like that. I can't look at how things should be, bro. Like I can't do that. There's loads of people in the chat.
Can he do what he needs to do
but
without
bro,
laying off them stuff?
Listen, there's loads of people in the chat right now. At some point, whoever you work for has handed out redundancies. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because bro, these things fucking happen. That's it. And we live in a capitalist world, and as much as like some people
Rance
like it,
didn't even want to throw them a freaking Christmas party. Now he's
let me come in, please.
No, you can have a Christmas party. You just on your own bread. I don't care. bro.
While you are eating
have a couple
big
of
boy
grand,
steaks, yeah.
Hey brother,
Stop it, bro.
I don't celebrate Christmas. I'm not gonna pay for a Christmas party for
you don't celebrate nothing.
Bro, listen, bro. I celebrate winning, cuz. You know, and we're not winning. I'm not celebrating shit. You know,
shameless.
No.
When we start winning, you can have your Christmas party back.
Listen, but he can afford it though. I think it doesn't disrupt what he's trying to do. He can afford it.
Listen, let me just get the right to reply. I beg you, please. Let me just give the right.
But I'm getting off anyways. Big up the Mandem, man. Love.
Love, man. Come on.
On the fundamentals, Rance is right. This is a capitalistic world we live in. So on the fundamentals, he's right? But the biggest thing is, football business is not like normal business, and nobody can tell me that. Majority of football clubs in the Premier League make a loss. That is so. Before you come in, and the other thing, what the brother was saying the other day to Saeed was an absolute loads of waffle. Look at INEOS's record.
Was it, by the way, you know what they do? I think it might be. Was it Australian brother?
Yeah. So Saeed, listen. Let me just say this, right? Majority now businesses that have lower overheads. INEOS, if you look at their history, honestly, it's too Google away. It's that they come in to businesses, they make cuts, they basically make they do the economical hitman. They go in there, they let people up, they streamline it. This is normal business, not football, normal businesses. That's what they do. Then what they do is that they make that business profitable to a certain extent, and they
self-sustaining,
and then move on.
Bro, but that's what Elon done with X as well. It's all the same thing, bro. He sacked bare people as soon as he came in.
But the point what I want to make is that in football, it's been known none of this. When you treat football as the way you're treating other businesses, I'm sorry, the data is against INEOS. What INEOS is doing.
The one thing I would say though, to counter that though. The reason why I don't think it is because you know what's so rare about Manchester United? Manchester United is a business that runs itself. And you know how hard it is to find a business in life that runs itself, bro? Like, it's crazy. Man United, the entity, just generates money anyway. It's very hard to find a business like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Slowly losing that now.
But you saw it, right? You saw
we still have one of the biggest fan bases in the world.
Yeah, so we do.
So naturally, we can command the biggest fees in terms of sponsorships. All these
but naturally League money. Europa League money.
But you know,
but even without that, we can tell Adidas we want 70 million a season over 10 years.
They're reducing that, no, right? They're reducing
but they will reduce it. But the point is, we can still ask for way more than a Villa or XYZ.
No, I get that, because of the club we are.
Listen, I understand that. But in terms of Rance, exactly what you said, that's the point Ed Woodward made. Ed Woodward was on record, when he first got in. He said, look at Liverpool. Liverpool still make money. And he said, Manchester United are like this mortgage, but it makes you money. Imagine having a mortgage on the gap, but it makes you money. But
there you go.
But you know what? Rance? People then told him and said, for about a decade, you can do it. But if that doesn't correlate what's happening, the achievements on the football pitch, you're going to lose that. Because those type of sponsorships now, you might think is wrong, but if Villa stay up there and sustain it for the next 3 years, make it top 4. They're getting that sponsorship. Man United are not getting that.
But guess what, bro? The reason why it's like this is because Man United's overheads were too high in the first place. United were not. No, but the point is, United weren't living to their means. That's the point. They were living like that money was going to last forever. And that's why certain men, when they leave the league, they go broke in 5 years. Because you need to understand that United weren't living to their means, handing out 300 grand a week contract.
That will help.
Even giving Phil Jones a new contract. I don't think he kicked the ball for the 4 years of his new deal.
I'm not gonna lie to you. We were run like Wolf of Wall Street. You know that shit out.
Yeah, it was a joke.
That's how we were run because bankers know. as long as I'm making money, everybody's making money. Champagne, you know what I mean? Let's bring more champagne. And people don't know that. Him, Ed Woodward, and the other guy, they've got shares in Manchester United, so they're getting paid anyway. They're on the board. They're the shareholders. So for me, it's the fact that Manchester United have been mismanaged. It's been one of the biggest crumbles because we were so far ahead of everybody else.
And COVID, was the first. COVID was the reasons why we didn't post profit. We didn't post a profit. That was the first time. COVID, when they were still paying all these men and they weren't getting gate receipts. That was the first time they didn't post a profit.
We make £1 million. We make £1 million in the gate receipt between games.
Well, exactly. So we didn't meet a profit because of that, bro. But before that, we were profitable every season.
But Rants is not even that. But what should have done? People should have been thinking and put some money aside. But instead, Rants, we've been paying down the same debt for 19 years. And,
I think they're just paying the interest on that. I don't even think they're paying that.
That's what I'm saying to you. But we gave the banks $1 billion, and we could have had a new stadium by now.
Yeah.
If you would have built that stadium, and that's what I'm saying to you. When I tell people, Manchester United, the last time we were in debt was wartime. Manchester 1930s, the last time before Glazers came in, Manchester United were in debt was wartime. That's an extraordinary feat. And they literally have the ball, and they fumbled it. It's like last-minute winner to win the Champions League. Ball comes across, skied it to Rosette. That's what they've done with a football club. For me, I want them both out. And Jim is a rat from day dot, and I told everybody what he was going to do. So at the end of the day, unless we get rid of them, and that's why the fan base, instead of going and try to go and make kind of this coded racism at Jesse Lingard and Pogba. Listen, them guys are gone, and United have got even shitter. Because they're not here. We've even gone worse because we got rid of those guys. Those moments that are gone. So at the end of the day, for me, they need to focus on the people that needs to be focused on, and that's the Glazers.
The Glazers were never keeping this club long term anyway. They never were, because if they were, like you said, they would have paid that debt off. They were never staying at the club long term. And also, what you need to think about is it's cheaper to pay the interest because that the equity in the club, that whatever it is, the club's worth way more than that. So the debt only becomes an issue because of FFP. If FFP didn't exist, the debt's not a problem because you can sell the club and the debt's covered, innit? So even FFP coming in, I don't remember, when was the first year that FFP came in?
It was 2 years, I think a year and a half ago, if I'm not mistaken. There's two. Listen, there's two. There's two. There's a UEFA one.
Yeah.
There's a UEFA FFP.
2011.
And then there is another one because PSI is different.
Oh, the PSR thing. Sorry, the PSR thing I'm talking about.
So sorry, the PSR I think has only been in operation maybe the past 2 years since City got. Since City
and
got
that PSR thing,
2016.
Yeah, that PSR thing, has made everything tight for everyone. You know, and that's the reason why Newcastle can't do the mad thing, and do the Man City thing.
And they've got all the wealth.
No, but they don't have the fan base though, Rants. They don't have the. That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, but that's the point.
Global fan base.
No, but it does affect us because of the debt.
Because
the debt adds to it. Yeah, the debt adds to it. But I'm saying the debt didn't affect us before that in that spend because the Glazers were still spending bare money, bro. They can't spend as much now because the debt plays a part.
On the PSR now.
Yes.
But let me give you this. Nuruddin, have we spent £1 billion
making money
in interest payments?
I was telling Saeed
because like 100 million it would be, like 100 million a season or something in interest.
Listen, I was telling Saeed a couple of years ago, every season, the amount of money we were getting from sponsors and from external money that we were bringing into football was going decreasing. And that's why before they put the club for sale, I was telling them that this is unsustainable because the numbers were there. It didn't matter. Manchester United were making losses even before lockdown. The 5 years from 2014 to 2019 when lockdown hit. If you look at year by year, because we were not competing regularly in the Champions League, myself, and we were not going to the later stages. Manchester United sponsorships were going down. And Adidas, that's why Paul Pogba had to stay, because he was an ambassador. And the reason why Pogba was bought was because of the
whole Adidas.
But we were still posting profits because Woodward was posting the profits.
Yeah, and they were taking the dividends instead of paying some of the fucking.
But we were still making profits up until lockdown.
Yeah,
So
lockdown, everybody got affected by lockdown. But
so
before
but remember, some man wanted to do the furlough thing, yeah, and man got onto
Liverpool.
and Tottenham as well. But man, were getting on to Tottenham for doing the furlough. But bro, listen, them man just care about their bottom line.
Now, to be fair, multi-billion-pound corporations did it. That's why I didn't understand. Like, I didn't understand why people were going out for, because massive corporations were doing the furlough and getting billions out of the club. Go ahead, Marcel.
Yeah.
So we're doing £1 billion in interest there. Then right now we haven't
£1 billion
done
in 2019. Yes.
The actual sum of 500 million to 700 million that we're meant to pay back, the actual physical debt, we haven't touched a penny of it. It's just been that interest of holding that actual share.
$1 billion.
Yes.
Let me repeat that to you. $1 billion.
They pay the interest. It's just like if you get
as
a
much
mortgage,
as I wanna.
You can pay the interest on the mortgage without touching.
We would have a new stadium, bro.
Without touching the actual mortgage.
Listen, 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, that stadium could have been built. And you know what? Now it's going to cost how much it's going to cost that to get that new.
That ain't going to be touched by Jim Ratcliffe. He don't want us to be associated.
Of course, but people told me.
But Saeed, what he'll do is
PSR exists. It affects our ability to spend in the market.
Saeed, what Ratcliffe will do is
nobody gets summer.
Bro, trust me. What he will do, thinking just from business, he'll cut the overhead so low, that when man get money coming in, he'll just be able to push over.
What money is that, though, Rand? What money is that?
You will see, bro. Like, you can see the way he's doing the business. Elon done the same thing with Twitter.
So you're saying, Rand, he's gonna find a spare 30-40 million, take his 10 million.
It's not gonna be a spare anything, because, bro, like, once you cut all the overheads, and then if we are winning and we're getting sponsorship money, even if he says in the back of his mind, all right, then cool, every year, if we get a profit of 100 mil, I'm just gonna put 10 here. Man can do that, bro.
We just gotta sell well, Rand. We gotta sell well.
That's the bottom line. Listen, if we go by what Rand is saying,
money.
If we go by what Rand is saying,
Garnacho needs to go as well. I'm sorry, guys, but Garnacho needs to go.
Listen, if you go by what Rand is saying, then the product and INEOS, as what's the name, Elon has admitted, Twitter is not as profitable as when he bought it, because the actual X now crashes a lot. It crashes. It's got so many bugs, so many faults because he got rid of them. And there's people who are telling me now certain areas of the club are not being cleaned because my guy sacked the cleaners. So I'm sorry to say, Brant, I'm telling you, bro, that the product gets damaged. The product gets damaged. The product gets damaged.
One, I think man are scaremongering, and two.
No, there is scaremongering. Yeah, there is.
So man's trying to get a new stadium.
No, there is already.
I'll be
real. I can't say they're sucking cleaners.
Now, I'll be real, I think man are scaremongering, but also
they're not scaremongering.
These man want a new stadium, so I believe there's an element of this thing's dying anyway.
Yeah,
like we're getting a new thing, so like this thing can fall down for all we care. Like, I'll be real, because bro, when if you know you're getting a new whip, and you're not even selling the whip that you're driving, bro, I don't care. I'll drive through the bollards. Like, if I spend the tires, bro, it's like I'm not even trying to sell this. Bro, I'm gonna drive this. I'm gonna drive this to the motorway and set it on fire.
I went to the toilet through the bollard straight through.
You know, guys, I went to the toilet the other day and the dryer wasn't working.
Bro, them man use them hand dryers, to put their coke on it and sniff it anyway. They don't use them. You know them. I be real, bro. Like, I swear down, these man don't care about Old Trafford. I hear it, bro, but this is the Glazers.
Yo, they got rats in the pits, man. I don't give a damn whatever they said. And I was scared for the rat right in front of me. I swear to God. Ahmad's running down the touchline. I'm like, please don't stand on the rat. I swear on my mother's grave. I'm literally right in front of me in the corner, Stretford North stand. I'm like, please don't stand on it. And the stewards are a bit panicked because they're like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah, that's mad. Bro, they don't get paid enough to be exterminating rats, and that I hear it.
At the end of the day, all I'm saying to you guys is that I love the level of copium that Rance is showing. Football business is different.
Now you can say it's different, but bro, making money is the same in every language in the same industry.
And majority of the Premier League,
I know how to make money, bro. I know how to make money, and I'll be real. Like
no, you do, but you're not owning football, bro. You're not owning a football club.
No, bro. I don't own a Premier League football club, but the premise of business is the same. Yeah, you need to have more money coming in than going out. That's
100%. No, I understand that.
That's it.
No, 100%.
All the extra shit is just
100%. And this is where I agree with you. We lived beyond our means for a long time because we had
and we're paying for it now.
Listen, we had the Wolf of Wall Street there. You were just everybody let's get high, let's get, you know, I mean, that's what we were doing. But I'm telling you, when you strip the fundamentals, certain parts of it, if you strip certain things, the product gets damaged. And INEOS have been known to damage products. And that's why now they're getting sued by New Zealand. They're in way trouble, bro. They're getting taken to court and they have to sell their cleaning or whatever hygiene, like whatever. They have to sell their companies. They're in trouble, bro. They're in trouble. And I know what? I want to see it. I want to see it. They should be sent to the gulag for what they're doing to Manchester United. I'm sorry. That's my
let me get these super chats in before we get our predictions in. Yo, Rance, Nathan's not happy with you. He's calling you Rance Cliff. You know what I'm saying to you? It's mad. Where's Traps, by the way, as well? Where's Traps?
He's gone, man. He's gone.
Now, you know, man, you man, what did you not say to him, man? Because he got pissed off that show.
He's got technical issues with the microphone, man. He's coming back next week. He's all right.
Now, yo, listen, Traps, man, come back, man. Listen, we need you back, man. We need you back, bro. Big up to Emias Miller. Says big super. Big up to Steven. He said this is just an extended preseason for him. Let him do him. Let him make the mistakes now. No point putting plasters on it to make it look half decent. Let him conduct open heart surgery and judge him.
Hey, bro, I wish we had a 20-game preseason. You know them ones there. Yeah. Preseason long gone, blood.
Yeah. Why does Real Madrid have 15 Champions Leagues? If the Premier League is the best league, Premier League is overrated sometimes. Amorim has concussed ideas. Bruno has to go. Ruben gone by December 2025 or May 2026. That's a long time. TTM said based on profiles he's fielded weekly, Amorim has shown he doesn't deserve the money this summer. For me, it's 200 million is going to improve his decision making. Big up to you. Amorim says, can you lend me money for Hajj? Need 11K. Killer says, if Amorim gets sacked, most of the blame will go on INEOS. It's negligence to hire a manager with a different system to Erik ten Hag in the middle of the season. And big up CL says, what is justification? Wins. He might be justified in decision if he's sure the team will reap the future success from his stubbornness. And Tiang said, Dallo, did it, Sir Jim, look at the financials before buying the club. To get fans on board, you invest in the club and stop sacking people. That's a fair comment. You know, he did evaluate the club for a year. You know what I mean? And then he's come out with all of this. Listen, I think for me, I get where there's certain things that you can't, like the debt is a lot of debt, man, for any ownership to come into and then find a plan. And they've put you the face of the club. So we'll see.
It's not just the debt side. If you come in and you take over a business and you look and you see, yo, these men have been living, they've set up well over their means, and we need to streamline and we need to cut the overheads. He planned to do this from the beginning, bro. This isn't a reactionary thing. He would have known he was doing this when he came in.
No, that's the history. They've got a history of doing that.
Yeah, he would have known he was doing that.
And my argument is that football business is not like normal business because majority of owners in the Premier League work in a deficit. They lose money. And that is what people don't want to understand.
But also in PSR, you're only allowed to lose a certain amount per year. You know it, and I think it's is it 30. There might be 110 million. You can't lose more than that.
Years and years, Rance. I said Manchester United pay these wages, ludicrous wages, for absolute bums. I said put a wage cap in. Do not pay these guys. Only when you win, give them the winning bonuses. Reward people who graft and who are.
But this is what they're trying to do now. But this is what they're trying to.
You know what? But then listen, cutting, like they were giving the charity to the old school players. Some of them have got like diamonds.
I remember that.
Yeah. 40 grand rants. Come on now. That's 40.
I hear that. You're right. 40 grand, yeah, bro. Listen, pennies make pounds, my brother. What you did? Listen, that's what I'm on, bro. I swear
I'm not lying to you. I swear, people, I need to check. I need to send me a bank statement because I don't want to see INEOS
I'll be real, yeah. Bro, you know the amount of
man
men that say that they ain't got money, yeah. And if they cut out the takeaways they have in a month, yeah, they'll be surprised, bro. Pennies make pounds, my cut.
I understand that, but what I'm saying to you, what I'm saying
just quickly, Mandem.
Looking at the old guys who got dementia for playing football for this football club, and they've lost a bit of money and stuff like that, it goes the wrong way to the community, bro. It does.
Guys, quickly, just before we wrap up, must win or must not lose against Tottenham?
Must win, in my opinion, bro, because the longer that we don't win games, the more pressure man's under. I'll be real. Yeah. He has to win this, bro. This is a vulnerable Tottenham team, bag of injuries. They got a whole 11 out injured. We have to go there, impose ourselves on Tottenham and win the game.
Yeah, one thing he can't do is the defensive thing. He's got to go for it this time.
Yo, you can't let Rants down, man. That's all I'm saying. In the Rants
down, if we lose to Tottenham, it's long for me, bro. I can't lie, because if you lose to this Tottenham as well, this Tottenham with no players.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I can't lie to you, bro.
I can picture it now.
It's going to be a draw, but he cannot. At least must not lose.
All I'm saying is, Nuruddin, are you banging? Where's the game, home or away?
No, it's at Tottenham ground.
All right.
We're not home. The next home game is Ipswich, innit?
I was going to say, if it was at home, if it was at home and Tel scored the winner, Saeed, boy, that meltdown. Jeez.
The thing is, I'm not really bothered about Tel, if I'm being true honest. I'm bothered about the fact that them man have got bare injuries, and if we don't win or get something from the game, it's inexcusable, guys, man. So for me, we've got to win. We've got to get something out of the game. Do I believe we're going to do that? I don't know. But it's the manner, guys. I need to see a substance, a style, a bit of, belief. I want to go into the game knowing that, you know what? We're competing. We're seeing that we're giving Tottenham a hard game. This Danso, guys, has come through the door. I need to see us, take him on. I want to see us, do something, bro. Like, they ain't got no fullbacks, guys. Porro is shit. Who's at left back? Davies? Come on, man.
I told Expressions, my guy is on plastic surgery, mate. He spends more time looking at getting the Botox injections than playing football, man. I told my
who's that? Pedro Porro,
Porro, man. My guy looks like he's some sort of wasted Hollywood actor, man. Yeah. That's what he looks like. I said, stop the injection, man. Stop the Botox.
Yeah.
Botox Porro.
Nordy, what you say? Must win or must not lose?
No. Manchester United, for me, like I said to you guys, I've been the only grace that's saving my criticism. To be fair, my criticism is structural, but my criticism of this of Amorim is being that he has not got, and I said that structurally, he's making mistakes, but he's not had the time on the training ground that I think that you need. So I am thinking I want to see something special. Can Manchester United hold that ball in the last third against the absolutely disjointed, disillusioned Spurs team? Because Villa had bare injuries as well. People forget that. Villa have got injuries, and Villa dealt with them comfortably, made them look like some bottom of the league football club. So at the end of the day, I want to see the last third, and I want a performance. For me,
man told me Asensio was finished. I see him moving tidy.
Bro, listen, even if their man are finished, you need to understand, the technical level of players like Asensio, like so far clear of these runner man, that bro, he just bopped them, bro. Do you remember what Bale done when he came back to the Prem at 34, blood, and was cooking, man? Off the bench, playing 15 minutes, I'm bagging, bro. Listen, when you play a certain level, bro, that it don't leave you, blood. I'm not
technically, that Spanish league is much better than the Prem.
Different, bro. It's different. And then the way Villa play, they play that mid block here, and they just rely on the Mandem on the counter attack, bro. Asensio's the only brother that ain't IC3 in the whole attack. Whole attack.
Right now, what are you saying right now? Must win, or must not lose right now?
Obviously, in terms of us having, or the fan base having patience, we definitely got to win. Because, like Musa said a while back, his worry is, and most of our worries is just, we allow this Amorim to have his time. Even though he's still making certain mistakes. So yeah, we definitely got to win, man. Definitely got to win. But obviously, there's so many things. Obviously, I joined the show late, my bad, but bigger than Mandem. But there's so many things to factor in. It would have been good to have a conversation earlier. But I was listening in anyway. But yeah, we have to win, man, because there's so much pressure on Amorim right now. Yeah.
Now you know what,
Amorim's gonna go down.
I don't know why I'm thinking draw. You know, we have to win, Mandem. Like I'm just
we have to win. We have to win. We can't draw. We can't draw.
We have to go ahead of them. We have to go ahead of them, guys. If we lose this weekend, and Everton win, I think against Crystal Palace, or Crystal Palace win, and then Tottenham beat us, brother, we're 16th. That's unacceptable, guys.
It's possible, though.
Look, Amorim, there's a false sense of protection for Amorim with the media.
Now we have to win.
Waiting for him to flop so they can laugh. You see, once he becomes officially the worst Manchester United manager in Premier League history, it is on for him. That's all they're going to talk about. So when he starts the next season, after finishing outside the top 10, and they talk about it's never been done since this, it's never been done since that, and they bring out all the stats about him, that's who that guy is until he proves it, until he turns it around. He's no longer going to be the manager who came from Sporting Lisbon, who was playing attractive football and their team was winning leagues. It's going to be the manager who finished in the lowest position for Manchester United, starting a new season. This is what I didn't want for him, because it's peak.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they always do the games, Musa. They always do the games thing as well, innit? Like, have you only won 2 in the last blah blah and all that.
All of that's nonsense, though. Man, to be honest.
No, it isn't nonsense, though, Rhino. It's a reality. It's a facts.
But listen, how are you comparing two different stats with 2 different starts of the season? Doesn't make sense. I don't get that. It doesn't make sense to me. He started 3 months ago. That's the reality of it, though. You keep saying forget. That's the reality of it.
No. But I'm saying
he started 3 months ago. That's like me judging. That's like me. A guy's doing a marathon. I joined the marathon late, and then I've joined the marathon late, bro. Come on, man. Let's be real. We've got common sense. I get it in terms of Man United.
It's not a marathon late. It was a relay race. Someone passed him the baton. It was a relay race. That's even worse. That's even worse. We got handed the baton when we were in some mad position, bro. He was meant to do the
you can't mess around with Musa, though.
Nah, listen, you got handed the baton, yeah? What? 5 points off top 4, and now you're 14 points off.
Nah, you lot are forgetting how bad Ten Hag started, bro. Wait.
And then you dropped it, man, and pulled your hamstring.
Nah, rants. Are we rants? This was Ten Hag's 3rd season with all the money he spent, and he left the club like this. Come on, let's not forget that. And the fact that the fact Ten Hag could have 3 seasons with all that money and still leave the club so bad for the players to now transition into a new system mid-season with no training.
I get it.
Come on, there's context, man.
Here's the thing. People are always going to compare. That's what they love to do.
You know what the Mandem are holding on to?
So guess what?
The Mandem were back in the day, they had the baddest order. The order was the bad man at the end, running the whole block. Now the order's gone washed. The Mandem are still trying to live up to the name. That's what's happening. We're trying to live up to our old name. The new youngies on the block right now. Have you watched The Wire? Marlo and them, man. The new youngies on the block right now. You get me? You have to respect the new systems, bro.
Amorim's the real deal, though. Listen, look, you've told us.
No, I'm not saying Amorim's our savior.
Amorim don't run the block. The way Amorim's moving, the youngers are going to chef him. Bro, this is the reality, bro.
Yo, stringer bell. Amorim,
this is the reality. You're going to send man shops. A man's going to say, nah, you go shops. What are you talking about?
Nah, bro, that's the stringer bell, bro. He's getting the stringer bell treatment too, man. I'm telling you.
You know what it is right now? You know what it is right now?
Rhino nearly had me 4 minutes with the marathon. He nearly spun me. I had to really think about it. I said, nah, this is a relay. This is a relay,
man. I can't lie. It's crazy.
You know what it is, Rhino? It's like, and the relay is a good analogy as well, because Amorim might not be the best guy, but then you might have some rapid guy that gets us back in the race. You never know.
Listen, how sustainable is it going to be? I'm with Rhino on this one. How sustainable is to get back in the race when the man's going to gas out a season after?
I hear it.
But you give him the baton and he's meant to be fast, and now he's huffing and puffing. You're like,
no, he gave the baton to me, yo.
Man's on the vape, Musa. Man's got the vape from there.
Yo, Rhino, you know what it is, Rhino, yeah?
Vape, bro. Instead of water, he's asking for the vape when he's on a marathon, yeah?
You know what it is? People are always, because the Ten Hag thing was so bad how it ended, like it's left all of it like hating like the way we're playing and stuff. Unfortunately, because they kept him for longer than it should have happened. The reality is we should have swapped. Come on, like that's the reality.
Yeah.
But
thing is now
that caused a lot of damage.
Now what you say?
also, two things can be true at the same time, bro.
No,
Do you know
real
what I'm
talk.
saying? When a new manager comes in, you're supposed to get a new manager bounce. You're supposed to.
Yeah.
We even got one with Oli. We got one with Rude.
Yeah.
You didn't get one with this manager.
Yeah,
So,
real talk,
man are saying, how come we can't even get a
But Rants,
little
Rants, I
side manager
prefer that,
bounce?
you know. But do you know
I
what? I
don't
prefer that.
I prefer
You know why? But do you know why I prefer that? Because I feel like as a club, we've got life. Like, I feel like we've cheated our way so many times. Players FC, players have saved us. So now we're getting the real deal of no one saving us, just the realness of the players that can't do it. And yes, bro, Dallo on the left.
There's no guarantee that it's going to get better, though. There's no guarantee.
But there's no guarantee with nobody, I don't think. Everyone was gassed up Maresca, now they turned on him. No one's got no patience, bro.
Bro, there's more of a guarantee if you start winning that you can continue winning. Once you don't start winning, it's a race, blood. The pressure builds up.
Especially with these players as well. Especially with these players.
These players are bad.
When you build a culture of losing and start accepting losing, it becomes
it's hard to turn it around. That's true.
Listen, like I said, and that's why I said, I asked Musa, asked Saeed, I predicted that Erik ten Hag from last season to this season was going to be under immense pressure. Because when you do what you do, and for me, I'm not going to lie to you, a lot of it is the players. Because last season, and I repeat right now, we finished 8th. But how many stick-up jobs we did on?
Yeah, we
how many times we robbed?
We done a bag of stick-up jobs, but bro, we done a bag of stick-up jobs on the Fergie.
The corns run out, bro.
Yeah, but Fergie, you know what, Fergie? We used it sparingly, bro. We did a stick-up job, but now and again. But
we done a stick-up job for the whole season when we won the league, and then he cut blood because he was like, "Yo, this ain't sustainable." But bro, there was bare games where we played shit.
No. Listen, Fergie. I swear to God, Fergie for that season drenched every last bit of.
I've seen old school United do stick-up jobs on Bradford.
Rants, we always knew that. But majority of the season, especially at Old Trafford, we were scoring goals, bro. We were creating chances. We were throwing the sink, the baby, the bath. Everything was getting dashed to whoever. Even with 10 men, with 9 men, we were doing it. But I don't mind stick-up job now and again, because to win a league, you have to do a stick-up job.
Yeah,
but listen, Tottenham made it his mission, bro. That was the only game plan he had.
I didn't even realize, Liverpool game's on in 5 minutes, but
let me ask you something rapid. Go on.
Shit, I didn't even know, man.
Over the last few weeks, I'd say a couple months, we've seen a transition from you, Saeed was always the next manager, was the next shiny toy. And now I hear you talking like Nuruddin, a lot of lines saying, I'm done with managers now. I'm done. Nuruddin, how does it feel? He's on your side finally.
For me, I just want to give this guy the ample tax. I know he's a top coach. That's what it is.
Well,
for
me. That's what I mean.
That's what I mean.
I don't know.
I want to give this guy the time. Like I said, I'm privy to understanding that if he gets sacked, with this type of record,
100%, Saeed. That's me, bro. I've been there, bro. Like, that's where I am, bro. Listen, I've been in loads of situations where I'm like, she's a good girl, but not for me. It's the right girl, but not for me. Bro, I swear down, bro.
I hear it.
I'm like, she's amazing, but not for me. You know the ones there.
I hear it.
Ruben might be a stick coach, but he might not be for us. We're gonna find out.
Yeah. But listen, Mandem.
I hear it.
Make sure you don't follow everyone.
Right guy, wrong time.
Maybe. I said it. Maybe he should have went to a West Ham and then gone to United. I don't know. But listen, Mandem, make sure you follow up everyone's channels, man. What a show. Very, very good show, man. Make sure you follow Rants. Make sure you follow Musa. Make sure you follow Nuruddin.
Say Moyes, stick-up job. Moyes. We need a Moyes. We need a Moyes stick-up job
watch Champions League and then I'll read out.
I'm going to watch Champions League and then go live.
Yeah. Big up, man. Leon, make sure you follow Leon as well. Marcel and Rhino. Big up to everyone locked in. I'm going to be live literally in a couple of minutes right now. Liverpool, Everton, can they finally do something?
I don't know. Is this Prem? Is that a Prem game?
Yeah,
Prem game. Yeah, right
now. Is it? Or the game that got postponed? Does that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you, man. Love. We're out.
Love.